Hard Rock Life round 2.
Yeah, buddy. So we left. We were talking about Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, and Charlie
We were
Sheen.
talking about
we talked about
Martin.
Back.
We were talking about falling down.
We're
Michael
talking about
Douglas.
Fall Down.
Getting
Yeah.
him confused with fucking Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen, but Martin Sheen was in
The Departed.
no.
Let him finish,
No, he was
Brian.
he was in Wall Street
Yeah.
with Charlie Sheen, right?
No doubt.
But Michael Douglas wasn't in that, so I don't know where the fuck I thought the connection was.
Dude,
You mistook them for each other.
I'm an idiot.
Isn't Emilio Estevez like related to?
Yeah, he's a brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his mom's maiden name was Estevez, and so you had Charlie Sheen, and then Martin Sheen, and then you had the son Charlie Sheen, and then you had two more sons, Emilio Estevez, and
Emilio.
and not John. There was another Estevez brother,
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh,
and
was there?
yes,
Yeah, there was. You're right,
he was in
right.
he was in a bunch of like fucking
Fuck.
B movies
Yeah.
that a lot of them made their way to Mystery Science Theater.
Yes, dude.
Wait.
Jamie
Joe Estevez.
Joe.
Joe
yes,
Estevez.
Yes.
So werewolf or a werewolf?
Werewolf, dude.
Werewolf? And if you can find it, and actually, hold on a second. I'm tangled up in the cord. So, Keith, if you're listening to this,
Keith.
I got to get those Mystery
Shout out
Science
to Keith Janess.
Yeah.
I love that man.
Yeah, I do too. I got to get those Mystery Science Theater movies back from you.
He has those?
He has one of my boxes, and it's got
That's awesome.
Soul Taker.
Nice.
Soul Taker in it, which is Joe Estevez and a bunch of teenage kids, and Joe Estevez, and then Robert Zadar, who
Who's that?
He was in stuff
Okay.
in that era. Had a big
probably should know him.
Big fucking misshapen head.
I bet Alex knows him.
Oh, fucking Alex probably knows him personally. But
He
yeah.
probably blew Alex one day.
That would be interesting because the way his face is shaped, it would kind of might work out.
Some like actual dome.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Wait, what?
Something to wrestling. So the guys, yeah, actually one of the jokes that I think Crow made during Soul Taker about the guys, he's got a face like a catcher's mitt.
Yeah.
You know? So, I hear he was the nicest, like one of the nicest guys. I was gonna say in Hollywood, but I don't know if he was actually in Hollywood or if he was.
That's a low bar.
But
Where's Corey Haim?
oh yeah. So that's right. Okay. So
He got it in the butt between
Charlie
two
Sheen,
trailers.
fuck Corey Haim between the trailers.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys remember on VH1, Corey Haim and Corey Feldman had a show together, The Two Coreys.
The two Coreys, yeah.
And it was interesting for me at the time because even at that time watching it,
It's nostalgic as fuck.
but watching it at that time, somehow I knew this fucking train is coming off the rails.
Yeah.
It was like, and I don't know if I can't imagine.
It might be that they were like 80s kids stars and the train always comes off the rail.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, I can't imagine that Corey Feldman didn't have some sort of executive producer role, like where he had control over the shit.
Over the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and
probably.
I can't imagine he didn't. And he seems like the kind of guy who really likes to gloss over things and make them as,
Yeah.
fucking smooth and fake and pretty, So, but I can remember
That's
watching...
like his superhero trick.
Yeah, but I remember watching the show as a kid, and well, not a kid, but younger than I am now. And Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, and like Corey Haim was just such a fucking train wreck.
Yeah. He
And
struggled a lot.
Corey Feldman was supposed to be with his new fucking hot wife. He was supposed to be the
one with his shit together.
grounding influence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. Good
but-
point, man. They
but it
definitely
didn't-
painted that like picture.
But they didn't come out until later, or Corey Feldman didn't come out until later and say that Corey Haim was raped, and that's why he was fucked up and on drugs, and eventually, I think, did he intentionally kill himself, or
I forget.
I think he just OD'd. Or something
Yeah, it
like
might have
that.
been OD. It might have been.
I could be wrong about that.
They say
remember-
Marilyn Monroe and OD'd, so I don't
Yeah.
know. Hollywood, pretty
Dude,
scummy.
that's a whole nother episode.
Hollywood, pretty scummy as well.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, I
Could it have been
don't
the
remember if
Kennedys?
it was like intentional.
Was it LAPD?
I think there's a lot of evidence that points that way to the Kennedys. I think I personally I think they probably used some of their mafia connections, which in return actually is what murdered Kennedy, and
So-
CIA and mob is who I think killed Kennedy.
I was just throwing in some Misfits quotes, but okay.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't.
Yeah,
That just totally flew over me.
might just have to outro to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it up. But yeah, no. So, but anyways, the point that I was getting at, and doing not a very good job at it. So, Corey Feldman has been saying for a long time, all these guys in Hollywood are rapists and child molesters and everything else. But he's been teasing. He's like, I got a list. I'm going to give a list.
Yeah. Right.
And he's been teasing it
He sold that shit.
for like a decade.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm going to make this movie, but I need and he gave some ridiculous fucking number to get this movie made. I think the movie was already made, but to be able to release it for security for my family and this and that.
Yeah, he pimped that shit out.
And it definitely came across like a money grab.
Yeah.
And then when he finally aired it for all these people that paid money to be there and everything else, it's not working. And it was like,
Fuck you, Corey.
there was a video of it from somebody that was there, and the premise was somebody was like hacking their server and like attacking it and doing like a fucking denial of. I'm an IT guy. I can't think of the word, but a fucking
Lie through omission.
yeah, basically fucking ping the server until it crashes.
Yeah. I just threw out a fucking phrase.
Denial of service attack. DOS. A denial of service attack.
All right.
So,
fair enough.
anyways, but it was like so ridiculous. Like they start showing the movie, and then it cuts to black, and then Corey's like on his headset going, "Hey, what happened?"
Yeah.
And like the guys up there, Corey, they're attacking the servers, and it was like so obviously fake. It's like insulting to your intelligence. Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I was with him till that point. You just reminded me of that. Like, I was with him till that point.
Here's the thing: is I don't think that he's lying that he has this information.
He's pimping it out, dude.
He's trying to get because his parents fucked him.
Making money without giving it out.
His parents took all his money. Is
Yeah.
my understanding.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Yep.
So
Never mind.
What?
He's like, his parents fucked him. I was like,
it is Hollywood.
Maybe.
I took that. Oh man.
Yeah, but
My
Literally,
mind.
he took that literally,
Fuck.
did you?
but since you wanted to bring up Corey Feldman, a Corey Feldman movie that you have to watch. Corey Feldman movie that you have to watch. Rock and Roll High School Forever.
Really?
Oh,
okay,
man.
never watched it. Rock and Roll High School
Forever.
Forever. Oh, wow. I have to watch it. I don't even have
Oh.
to know who's in it.
I don't know if you'll be able to find it, but but you should find. It's got to be. It's probably on YouTube because I don't think anyone's fucking paying for it anymore. And yes, Corey Feldman in the role of PJ Souls or whatever.
Fair enough. PJ Souls, huh?
1991.
Was it that late? I thought it was
Yeah,
late 80s.
man.
Oh man. So I will admit, when I watched it, so shit, 91, I would have been. There's no way I was that old. 91, I would have been in 11th grade. And I saw it on cable. Well, it probably got released directly to cable, right? So 91 might be accurate. I can't imagine I fucking liked it
No
in
one.
11th grade.
No one is in this movie.
Corey Feldman's in that movie, sir.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And
He's pleading with everybody to watch it.
and and I believe
Larry Linville.
who?
Larry Linville.
The fuck is that?
I don't know. He plays Principal McCree.
Well, so there was I can't remember her name, but the actress who played Togar in the first movie.
Togar?
What?
Principal Togar in the first movie.
That sounds like a
I remember
never-ending
how
story character.
Well, so it's like when they introduce her, they like thank the previous principal, and they show him like in a wheelchair, like drooling oatmeal and shit. So I want to say they put her in the same role, and I think that was all.
I hope so.
But that was like all that she was in the movie.
Mary Warrenoff.
Yes, that's her.
Oh.
Drooling
And she was
oatmeal.
known for exposing her tits in some other movie in the 70s.
Fair enough.
Might have been
Was
Hair.
it Sugar Cookies?
Hair. Dude, I've been hearing hair.
I don't know, but
lately.
I'd like to watch that. Those Sugar Cookies.
Sugar Cookies.
Mary Warnoff.
Also known as Love Me My Way, is a 1973 erotic softcore crime drama film directed by Theodore Gershony,
A softcore
starring
crime drama film.
Mary Warrenoff.
I bet it did.
That's awesome.
I bet it did.
She starred the shit out of
And what was the name of that again?
Sugar Cookies. Oh man, look at the cover of this thing.
Holy shit.
It's kind of intriguing.
She looking good on there?
It's like Quentin.
Let's just say there's things I wasn't expecting to see on a fucking movie poster from the 70s.
It's like Quentin Tarantino's Wet Dream on
Right?
a fucking movie cover.
Oh, that's wild. Let's get that in there. Is that on there?
Yep, they can see it. That's Sugar Cookies, guys.
Hey,
It's
Sugar
all
Cookies.
it's like comic, swinging.
It's comic excellence. That's what that is.
Straight
That's
up.
a riot.
Yeah.
That's a fucking riot.
All right, so we definitely need to cut out the last like 3 minutes of me looking like an idiot.
There no cuts.
Pick up my microphone and my headphone fucking transmitter.
Oh, we're hiring editors. You're hired. we don't have any.
The lower that bottle gets, the more closer it gets to premium content.
Nah. Dude, I feel bad. I feel like I probably drank more of that.
No,
than
please do.
It might just be premium.
You get to sleep here.
I won't be, though. I'm going to take a Lyft home. Just for the record. Shout out Lyft.
Yeah. Say that when you get home and you haven't been raped.
So why ain't the flag visible on the moon? Did the flag get knocked over?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. That's what I'm saying is we can prove it. Like,
Do you think the solar winds are pummeling the fuck out of our planet,
I hope so.
warming us up? Do you think the Earth is warming up right now?
That'd be wonderful. I need
feel
a
like
warmer New England,
I
to
feel
be
like
honest with
I feel
you.
like it's warming up in this room.
It
Yeah.
has been the hottest it's ever been every other year.
Yeah, except for if you go back like 100 years.
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
I've heard
You
there's
little
like
fucker.
cooling and warming phases
Yes.
of the Earth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like, yes.
Dude,
It makes
imagine-
sense. It makes sense. It's
Imagine the
it's
shit
very
they-
recorded.
But
in
here's
history.
the other thing too, right? I mean, and I don't know, fucking, is the sun not continuing to expand?
I guess.
I think
And-
they dropped that gimmick.
Oh, did they? All right, because what I was gonna say was, it has been my understanding that the sun is hot.
And it would get warmer if it
Yeah.
expands.
It,
Cover more ground.
yeah. A little brighter.
More like galaxy warming.
How does that explain an ice age, though?
The ice age is over, man.
Yo, it's coming.
Oh, we're gonna hit another
Well, then it's not
round.
a problem. Then this planet's not warming.
Fuck that, dude. New England is fucking cold enough.
I agree with you on that.
I like here. I like living here. I like the changing of the seasons and stuff.
Yeah.
But I might be faced with the reality of moving soon. I don't really know. It's kind of up in the air. But yeah, man. If my fucking fiance and I like want to move to a better climate than this, I hope that we can. But I wouldn't mind being here.
Well, do it before they require papers to move between states.
Dude, am I wrong?
Oh shit! I just went fucking political again. Never mind. Cut that out. Cut that out.
Knock it off, Rob. Dude, has the last like couple of winters though, they really haven't been that bad. And
They're like
No.
every other goddamn
they're like
winter.
nothing.
Well,
no, they've been like nothing.
because there was that one like 5 years ago where Actually, a little more than that now, I think. But remember the snow? We just got a blizzard every other day.
Yeah.
And I remember digging a path.
But the temperature that year, that winter, wasn't that bad.
That's probably why the snow, like, stuck, right?
Yes.
It warmed up. And
yes. It was like good snowball weather pretty much every fucking day.
I remember digging a path, like, to bring my trash barrels from around back, and it was like, it was like a fucking World War I trench. It was like
heavy as
over
fuck.
my head.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
Is that do you think that's like associated with or related to a warming or cooling phase?
What? No, we're not doing this shit. Christ.
What do you think? Are we in a warming phase right now?
Do you feel you need to be taxed for it?
Well, obviously. Obviously, I want to pay my fair share.
Do you feel that you need to be governed because of the environment?
Yes.
Yes. What kind of dumb question is that?
Someone I was working with today, I had to school ESG on them.
I want to pay like more for global emissions, you know.
Yeah. They wanted it's China's social credit system with extra steps because we're fucking American.
Yeah.
Two states.
This plane is taking
two
off
states.
right
I think it's like California and Minnesota want to go full electric in like 5 years.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, California's saying, don't charge your car.
Don't charge your car, dude. Yeah, that's interesting, huh?
Did you hear that Dodge is supposedly ceasing production of their muscle cars?
No.
And fucking focusing on electric cars?
Wow.
Now, Now, either that's true and it's sad, or Dodge, the company that will put a Hemi in a fucking minivan,
right,
is saying this shit because they're the only real muscle car manufacturer left, and getting people to go, oh, what the fuck? It's the end of the world, dude. Where am I gonna fucking drink my Budweisers? and then they're gonna go, hey, we thought better of it. Fuck those fucking commie pinkos. You know, here's a fucking 12-cylinder. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will see what happens.
Their name is Dodge.
Yeah?
Dude, I don't like...
I always thought that was an ironic name for a car.
If they're going to go electric...
How? The Ram?
Yeah, you want to jump out of the way.
I'm so glad you explained that.
For the listeners, right?
I was on a podcast.
He's our favorite guest, Gilbert Godfrey.
Dude.
And he hasn't even...
I'll come in sometime and I'll just do Gilbert Gottfried the whole time. I'll just be Gilbert Gottfried.
Dude, I'm going to make a sample board of that. It's going to be great. Intro, outro, done.
That'd be wonderful.
You're listening to It's a Hard Rock Life. Wherever premium podcasts are found.
I played a guitar once.
Imagine him as a front man.
Oh, he'd rule.
Yeah?
Imagine.
What kind of music?
Oh, it'd be punk. We'd have him on a bill with...
it wouldn't be like jazz prog.
It'd be like
fucking,
Kennedy's, like...
Yeah.
He's like...
She was a girl from Birmingham. She just had an abortion.
No, like he does voice impersonations. Imagine if he just had like this wildly amazing voice.
Well, he would probably do a good Danzig because I know he used to do a pretty good Dracula impersonation on Stern back in the day.
Ah, no shit. That's funny.
That's his music cred.
Yeah.
Dracula.
Dude, I don't know. I was thinking about the Tesla because we were talking about like EV and fucking muscle cars.
Yeah.
And my brain got stuck on the Tesla, like the Tesla. The Plaid series. It was like 1 to 60 in literally like 1.9 seconds.
Sounds good. Sounds safe on a wet road.
Right?
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, like you don't need it to be that fast, but like that blows my mind. I wonder if like these other people are gonna like go in that direction.
So, dude,
like Dodge,
yeah,
like,
if
they're gonna go EV, they have to have a fucking good plan.
Have you seen the electric Mustang?
Yes.
Have you seen?
Yeah. It's
have
ugly.
you ever seen a less appealing vehicle than the electric Mustang?
No, I haven't.
I would take a Kia Sorento over a fucking electric Mustang.
I drive the fuck out of one though, dude. I'm not gonna lie, man. The insides of those things is like fucking.
Yeah, then all of a
Space
sudden
shuttle.
it fucking turns on and drives you into a brick wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Dissenting opinions detected.
Someone's
So
literally.
far, I think there's more human error than. I mean,
Yeah.
there's more, human error than like.
They just turn into
AI.
drone. Dude, it's fucking drone mode, and there's this dude literally playing GTA with your fucking Tesla.
That would rule.
I would worry about that.
Yeah, and you're in
I
it,
think they
right?
do that already.
And it's like, I just
think
have this compulsion to get out of my car and go run and fucking punch somebody.
I don't want to dive too
I
much
can't.
into
I can't
it.
even like fucking deny it. I have to go do it.
Yeah.
I just shot 6 cops. Fuck.
They have remote shutoffs. Like, they can be shut off.
Yes, they sure do. Yep.
I'm not going to
We're
deny
going
that.
right down that road again, are we?
Dude, I'm not
They
going to
can
deny
be
it.
fucking taken over.
Dude,
Man. Go ahead.
it's over. It's over for us. It's over for us because
Oh, man.
we got pulled along with the tide.
We did.
The people who
The
just
majority.
that just want convenience.
Don't say we, man. We did
No,
not.
the majority of people
Yeah.
that just want convenience, whatever. So and they want. Oh, I want my fucking. I don't want to pay for gas. I'd rather fucking pay the same amount of money for electricity because whatever.
Yeah.
And you're right. They can fucking. And any government, whether you think that the current administration is a fascist administration or not, whether you think that Trump's administration or whatever fucking Republican administration we're almost certainly going to have next, is fascist, whatever. It shouldn't matter.
Yes.
The fact that
fascism's fucking coming, and I feel like it's being
one
planned.
way or the other.
Yeah, totally.
And guess what?
Totally, dude.
Both sides want to do it.
Yeah, dude. They're like,
Both
what's
sides
that
wanna do it.
expression? They're both two wings on the same bird.
Right.
Like totally.
Yeah.
Fucking totally.
So, whichever side you agree with and whichever side you don't, the fact that potential exists should frighten you.
Sure,
Because
sure.
even if
Yeah.
fucking your team won the cup this year, well, the other team may win the cup next year, and then they're calling the fucking shots, and now you're fucking up against the wall. So the fact that the government, they're trying to do away with cash.
Yeah.
And they made a very, very
Dude.
big push for that during COVID.
Yeah.
Do you remember using cash anywhere during COVID?
No.
No. McDonald's was like, please use a fucking card, and they made it so much easier to use a card, right?
Yeah.
Under $50, you don't have to sign, you don't have to fucking punch in a pin.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's now it's just.
I didn't know that it was under $50.
I think that's what it is.
Well,
but
I get what you mean though, because some
I
places
think it also
punch in, some
depends.
places I
It depends
don't.
on the kind of goods.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But so
It's
whatever.
very apparent what you're talking about. Yeah. Like,
So they're making it easier to use a card
Yeah.
because cap.
they want you to rely on it.
But here's why.
They can fucking track it.
Social credit scores.
Bingo
Fucking,
and
they can
bingo,
track it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Cash. Hey man,
Yeah.
that fucking 9mm that you filed the serial number off of, cash, right?
Yeah.
So that's how they're gonna sell it.
Totally.
Oh well, we're gonna cut down on illegal gun sales and blah blah blah, and they're gonna make guns a big thing of it. I'm sure guns and drugs.
It's always roots to money.
But
Follow the money.
but at the end of the day, it's going to be, oh, hey, we got a problem with this guy. You can't buy. You cannot sell.
Yeah.
You cannot get food. You cannot pay your fucking rent.
Yeah.
And like Brian was saying with the cars, these electric cars, all these fucking cars that have 5G antennas giving you brain tumors.
Yeah.
Because you have a fucking powerful antenna.
Yeah.
4 feet from the back of your head.
So you think there's something to that?
But
I do.
So that's a fucking bi-directional connection. And like Brian said, fucking Kevin Keane, he said some shit.
They come after you.
Shut you down.
He missed a payment.
They could probably even lock the fucking door so you can't get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our
You
friend Mike at the show raised.
You didn't pay your heat seater bill subscription.
Yeah. Dude, that's where it's going. Totally. And you're going to rent nothing. And
You're
like
going to own nothing and you're
like
going to rent it. Look at software.
Like Klaus Schwab.
Fucking Microsoft.
Everything
That's
will
what
be
he's
a
telling- yeah.
subscription.
The World Economic Forum. That's what they talk about.
Subscribe to everything.
Yeah.
It's
like
literally
Microsoft
turning
Office
into that.
is you can still buy it, but they really try to push you to fucking. I say this because this is my area of expertise, but like all software now, you know, even like Windows. Windows used to be you would buy a copy of Windows, you'd install your computer, but now it's like you pay for the license,
and then you unlock 365, and then you got to go in and pick Word, and then you want Excel.
Well, 365 is an additional subscription.
Yeah,
but like it was interesting to me. I bought Windows 7. Actually, I think I bought a Windows 8 upgrade, but when Windows 10 came out, I could just upgrade for free. And you still can. And why do they do that? Because they're going to hook you for life.
They control it.
And they don't. Well, if you're buying a new computer, you're going to buy a subscription for Windows. But like, I'm not getting a bill for Windows every year, right? But they send you ads.
Yeah.
And you're hooked on that platform. And if you're using Windows, you're probably using Office, so they get you there. They get you on the email.
So, and there's like the same thing going on with like Apple too, right?
Oh, that's been from the day one of iPhone.
Like closed systems?
Well, yeah, Apple's a very closed system. It's based on Linux, but like you can't try to do anything on your fucking iPhone. You can't.
Yeah.
Unless you root it and,
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't even know what you can do with it after that, but.
Yeah, no, Samsungs are a lot more easy to navigate.
Apple's always been going way back to when we were when I was a kid and you were a fucking twinkle in your dad's eye.
Yeah.
But when we had the Apple IIe, it was it was a different.
Yeah.
I don't know.
World.
I miss Nextels.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Do you have it? So, what do you use for a phone? Galaxy.
I have a Motorola.
Nice.
No, not really. It's a piece of shit.
I'd rather.
And I've had multiple Motorola's, and they were all great. This one's just very disappointing.
Do you is it a smartphone?
I don't think it's that smart.
Do you use it for apps and stuff?
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact.
So Motorola's still have app phones and stuff.
The fuck is this kid talking about?
I've only been into fucking Apple and Galaxy for the past 10 years. Motorola still makes a phone?
Yeah.
That's good. I'd probably want that over what I have.
Can you play Snake?
Can you play Snake? I don't care about all the
Snake?
fucking digital games.
Snake is the Motorola game.
I would imagine you can. I don't have that one though. I got Solitaire.
It's probably some woke version. Sorry.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be Snake.
You're not eating apples because it's fucking not GMO or whatever.
You're eating
all apples are GMO.
Protein.
That's what they
pellets.
say now. Every banana is one type of banana now. There used to be 19 different kinds of bananas, different farmers in different regions, and they all look different. Now they all sell one kind of banana. Look it up.
I believe it.
Food control is a real thing.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, definitely, man.
It sucks because processed food is all around you.
Yeah, it is. And they promote it. They promote it.
And it doesn't mix with fucking red meat well. Especially processed bread.
Yeah.
It reigns terror inside your guts. Much like our star, Rob Carroll from...
I'll rip your guts inside out.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the fluoride in the water.
Oh, God. That's relative.
It started hurting my
relative.
stomach, man. I used to drink tap water for years back in the day.
Yeah.
It does more damage.
Let's see those teeth. Let's see those choppers.
I still got them.
Nice.
Does more damage than good.
Fluoride in the water. No, it's proven that it lowers IQ scores.
Yeah.
Well, it calcifies your pineal gland.
Yes. Yep. And
Which
that's
supposedly...
So let's
you
just
need that shit, man.
Yeah, you need that to talk to animals and shit. Serious. You need that to communicate with nature.
I talk to my dog all the time. I don't know how much she's picking up on it, but...
At least 50 words. Yeah. Well, no,
pineal
a gray parrot's
your
200.
pineal glands are connected. That's what that is. Oh, God.
Let's talk more about music.
Music. Let's go back to music.
I'm not a big fan of Dave Mustaine, period.
No?
No.
What do you mean? You don't like Dave?
Yeah, that's why. That's fucking why. I hope he doesn't have a podcast. I hope he fucking
I'm
never...
sure he does.
I would so listen to that.
I would
Would
too.
you?
I would too.
You're
I
a
would too.
fucking sociopath.
No, he's an
Yes.
interesting dude, man. That dude is fucking interesting. He's lived a life. Like
I wonder if the Nuge has
I
a
respect him
podcast.
as a musician.
If the what?
If the
Yeah.
Nuge has a podcast, he has to.
Probably.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, brother.
Tom Morello.
I'd hang out with both of them. I might not like Dave singing, but I'd hang out with them. And I'd totally hang out with the Nuge too.
Tom Morello.
Dude, go shooting with the Nuge?
Yeah, dude.
Fucking A.
That'd be wonderful.
Tom Morello's super left
Yeah,
or something
I guess.
like that. His podcast, but he's down in
He's a smart man, though.
He's down in Alabama right now, like with striking coal miners.
Is he?
Yeah,
Oh.
he's like backing them up because their companies are trying to starve their workers, and Tom Morello's just like in Alabama,
Is he
killing
striking?
killing in the name of.
Is he striking coal in a way no one's ever seen before? Like he
Yeah, he's fucking driving into it, driving on the fucking the mine walls with his Cadillac.
He's using effects somehow.
Mining
that
in the
band.
name of.
Yeah. There was shit like people started saying in the last couple of years, like instead of Rage Against the Machine, they're like, I don't know,
The Machine.
support the government.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's kind of true. Some of it's true. I don't know.
I mean, when you're a big band, you want to stay a big band, I guess. Might as well do what the fucking man tells you.
I don't think they gave
Oh,
a
please.
fuck about that. I don't.
Yeah, well,
I think the last tour maybe was a money grab because it did appear that like all their views and opinions were like opposite of what they were spouting in the 90s, but
I am torn with the Battle of Los Angeles anyway.
I never got into that really. After that
Battle
CD with
for
the
Los
monk
Angeles.
burning on the fucking cover and Tiananmen
Self-titled,
Square, dude.
or the first one.
Dude, that CD's amazing.
I like Evil Empire,
Did you
too.
ever get into that stuff?
I never got into Rage Against the Machine.
You don't like popular music.
That first album was excellent.
Why don't you like popular music?
You like some popular music.
Well, after the fact.
Yeah.
I have a tendency, when everybody likes something, I just hate it.
All right.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
as far as pop music goes,
I
what's
grew
your
up
thing?
like that. I did.
Well, define pop music.
Popular music.
I know what it means.
Popular rock and metal.
Like current?
All time.
Okay, because current, I couldn't tell you a fucking thing.
Are you a Pantera fan?
No.
Shit. Okay.
Well, see, so here's...
I know where
so,
you're sitting.
But you love Five Finger Death Punch.
No.
I mean, you're wearing the shirt.
I'm not looking down, dickhead.
Shit. Wait, no. Don't they wear rompers?
Holy fucking...
Rompers?
I don't know. I don't know the fucking first thing about it.
No.
So here's my thing. Is,
I love you, Rob. You literally have never heard of that band before, have you?
what, Five Finger Death Punch?
Yeah.
No, I've heard of them.
But you just never seen or heard anything from them.
I've never heard a fucking note.
Good.
Fuck 'em.
Good. Yeah,
I have a
fuck 'em.
feeling that it kind of goes... "Arr."
You heard it here.
It does.
What would Gilbert Gottfried say about Five Finger Death Punch?
If I had 5 fingers to punch with... I don't know. I got nothing.
That's it. That's where he would have left it.
I had 5 fingers.
He was a genius.
So, I have a thing with music where, if
The Misfits are wildly popular, by the way.
Oh,
and
let
you
him
love
go.
them.
What do you?
no, so
Sorry
hold on.
about that.
We'll back up to that.
Yeah.
What you were saying.
All right. So, wow, I'm being challenged. So
We're all out of sorts.
Your thing with music.
the thing with music is
Miss.
if you motherfucker. No, so if I have a tendency, if something becomes popular before I
have heard it.
get into it,
Yeah,
All right.
then I just dismiss it as being pedestrian.
I get that.
Yeah.
And that's I know that's a wicked snobby way to look at
No,
things.
it's not. It's protective.
But I'm a gatekeeper.
Well, you hold
not a
music
terrible
close.
Well, I do.
Your intentions are very good.
Well, I try, it sucks because there are times that, like, I didn't really discover. I didn't give shit a chance until it was way later. So, when I was in high school. So I'll tell you my musical journey. So I grew up, and my mom.
That means you listen to good music for the most part. So.
Well, so I'll let you be the judge. So, so growing up, my mom and my dad didn't. I don't really remember them having music on. My sister, she was. So I'm the youngest by a pretty wide margin. So my sister, who is closest to me in age, she's 10 years older than me. So she was listening to like the disco stuff and like fucking Village People and
nice.
Don't go breaking my heart.
Sly and the Family Stone.
So she was listening to that shit.
I'm picturing like a Scorsese film.
I'm digging it.
Well,
so
we
far.
are a bunch of Dagos. So, so my brother Michael, he was into like rock, so he actually listened to a lot of stuff that I ended up listening to, and actually that'll come into play. But so I remember he would like, hey Rob, come in and hang out, listen to music with me, and he'd put on No More Mr. Nice Guy by Alice Cooper. So I have some memories of like I said, some disco songs. Don't Go Breaking My Heart, I remember was You Couldn't Get Away From It. But the first song that I remember really intentionally listening to, like wanting to like listen to, hang out with my brother and listen to this, was No More Mr. Nice Guy by Alice Cooper, right? So, and then I just listened to whatever, and music wasn't like a focal point of my life. 4th grade, my buddy Brian Fairbank, and I hope he's out there still alive somewhere.
That's my wife's old, like, they used to live in the same building in Hanover.
Brian Fairbank?
Yeah.
Probably not
I
the same
believe
Brian
so, yeah.
Fairbank, because he didn't live in Hanover, I don't think.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, he grew up in Norwell, and then they
maybe.
moved down the Cape, and then I think he fucked off to New Hampshire. Enough about Brian Fairbank.
I'd like to fuck off.
Whoever you are.
Yeah, whatever. Brian, go fuck yourself. But so he was talking about this band Twisted Sister, and
Shit.
right, and I was like, what? And I don't even remember how the conversation went, but I was intrigued, and I went home, and I put on MTV, and this is when it was like the big song, and before too long, they played it. And I watched this video, right? And this is 1984, man. Videos had fucking production values and plots and everything else, And I remember watching this video and the long version of it, where it starts out the family is eating dinner at the table. The guy from what's his name? The guy from Animal House.
John Belushi.
No, not John Belushi. The guy who was like the military guy.
I don't remember.
He was also in. So he was in a few of the Twisted Sister videos. He was also in. What was that movie with? Fuck.
Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. All right, anyways, going on.
I'm sure it's obvious.
No, it's not. I'm going off on tangents. I forgot about the camera there. So, anyways, so he tells me, I watch this video. I'm like, holy shit! And it was like a world had just been opened up to me, and I became obsessed with Twisted Sister. And I had my grandmother drive me to the Hanover Mall.
Right on.
Zayres. I bought Stay Hungry on cassette at Zayres. I remember my grandmother.
That's where I bought my first cassette. Keep going.
My grandmother, like, looking at the cover of it and just being all disgusted because she's a fucking, like, first generation Ginzo, and it's like, what is this? Makeup,
Voting for Reagan.
Yeah. So, so I bought that. I listened to it back and front, and so I bought a bunch of other Twisted Sister stuff. I started getting a little bit of Alice Cooper, but then it kind of petered out, and I wasn't really listening to too much music. And sophomore year in high school, my brother Michael had moved out again, but he left behind a milk crate of records.
Nice.
Honestly, mostly empty sleeves.
Ah.
Right? And I found actually the records all scuffed to shit in another pile of years later.
Shit.
But so
Stacked.
So I'm home, afternoon, whatever, nothing to do. So I got my brother's stack of records. I'm looking through it, and I find Black Sabbath, Paranoid. Like, oh yeah, I've heard of these guys. They're kind of back then like the butt of the joke. Black Sabbath was Satan worship,
Yeah.
So I took it out, I put it on my turntable, and then, quiet. And
Boom.
Bum, 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 bum. I was like, holy shit, what is this? And I was already drawn in. Yeah. And then after War Pigs is Paranoid, and just that pure, simple fucking, it's fucking driving. It fucking grabbed me, man. It just spoke to me. I listened to that whole fucking record, side A, side B, side A, side B, side A, side B. I can't tell you how many times until, like, fucking, it was dark out. My mother calls it, Robert, dinner. Go down, I eat, I go right back up, fucking get right back to it. I must listen to that record fucking 50 times that night. I was just sold.
That's awesome.
All in. And then I started buying, like, basically any Black Sabbath album I could get my hands on. And I, again, kind of just eschewed anything. I still liked Alice Cooper. I still liked Twisted Sister. Started getting into, like, Hendrix and the fucking, like, Steppenwolf and stuff like that. But anything that was coming out that was new, I wasn't really that interested in. And when fucking Nirvana came out, and I kind of remember, like, I remember hearing it and being, like, Smells Like Teen Spirit. I'm like, that's a cool riff. I kind of dig it. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of edgy, kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
And then
their earlier shit was really good. I like Bleach.
I still need to go back and listen to that stuff.
Yeah, that first album, Bleach, I thought was awesome.
So,
and I mean, I like that album too. Yeah, keep going.
No, I was just gonna say. And then I went to a fucking pep rally, football pep rally, and they were playing that, and the cheerleaders were fucking. And I just said,
Fuck
well,
you.
That's it. All set with that one, And again, it's probably a very snobby mindset, but I just feel like if everybody likes it, it's probably not that good.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, totally.
But so that ended up cheating me out of some stuff though, because like
it does. Yeah.
A bunch of my buddies in high school were like wicked into Rush. And unfortunately, the one song they kept fucking playing was Tom Sawyer. And
oh, really?
I could go the rest of my life and never hear Tom Sawyer again.
Yeah.
I really could.
Yeah, I get that.
But, I was just like, fuck these guys. Like all my fucking pothead buddies just fucking play this shit ad nauseum. I can't. So I wrote it off. And then years later, many years later, somehow I got Fly By Night stuck in my head.
The title track?
The song, yeah, Fly By Night. And so I'm like, I have to hear it. So I pulled it up, I listened to it, and I'm like, oh, well, I'll listen to the whole album. I listened to the whole album. I'm like, shit, I really fucking like this, And then I went from there. Now I love Rush, but I like, and it was the same thing with AC/DC. I like some AC/DC, a little bit okay, but my buddies, they just fucking played it to death. And so I'm like, I never want to listen to AC/DC again.
I close my eyes and I picture Marge Simpson when Brian Johnson sings.
Makes sense.
Well, I go for the earlier AC/DC.
Yeah.
Bon Scott stuff. But
yeah,
so
man.
Back in Black is pretty Margy though.
Yeah, no, and that was like
AC/DC post Bon Scott bothers me.
What, Ball Breaker?
And it sucks.
You like Ball Breaker? I like the Razor's
there
Edge.
Are not
that
many
was
bands.
okay.
I don't really know that one.
There are not many bands that I can say that I hate. Like there really aren't, because like it's all artists from people creating their own art, and like you might not be into it, but it appeals to somebody.
As long as it's coming from a genuine place.
Yeah, totally. There's two things that bother me: AC/DC, post Bon Scott. And I'll Kiss the Rains in Africa.
Toto,
yeah. Yeah, I hate that song.
Well, I mean, so I'll say this. So I wasn't like into AC/DC, and again, it was also because, when I was
get that.
going to school and early, like in my work career, when all I had was a fucking radio in my car, right? What do you got? You got BCN or AAF. One of them's fucking playing AC/DC.
Yeah,
and it's probably the fucking song you've heard a million times.
Yeah.
So, I was just like, I just fucking wrote them off. And then my oldest boy, Wes, he wanted to, go see AC/DC. This is when Black Ice just came out, their first album. Remember, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, kid, I'll take you to that. So I buy the tickets, and we go, and this is my first time seeing AC/DC live. Wow, man.
No shit.
They fucking reeled me, and I got it. And that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, some bands are live bands, some bands are recorded bands.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know. Did Boston even ever play live? I don't know. But you think of their albums, their records. And
Totally.
that first album is a perfect album. There's literally not one song in that album that didn't, like, chart high, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
totally. They recorded it in Boston in like a basement.
Yeah,
and
I mean, and I don't know enough of the story to really
What
speak.
about Brad Delp's demise?
Yes.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That's a good
That was
topic.
sad.
Death by Hibachi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I didn't know. I don't know that I knew this. I guess the reason that he did it was he had his wife's sister and her boyfriend living with them, and I guess he had taken a shine to his wife's sister, so set up cameras in their bathrooms and stuff to record them. She found one of the cameras, confronted him, and said, "Tell my sister, or I'm going to." And
didn't he poison himself? Didn't he like leave the gas on? In the house?
He took a hibachi, a fucking charcoal hibachi.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brought it into a bathroom, and he went into like one room, shut the door, duct taped off the door to keep the fumes, and put up signs, I guess, too.
Okay.
Like for like first responders or whatever, like warning, like carbon monoxide. Like he warned them what they were walking into. And I believe it was like a couple of doors that he like taped off, and he locked himself in this bathroom, taped it off, and lit a hibachi, and just fucking barbecued.
Wow.
So.
Wow. That happened like what? 10, 15?
No, that's
Not
gotta be
even?
20 by now.
20
right?
by now.
20 years?
I just remember
Was it while I was alive?
No.
While I was
20 years?
Yeah,
Probably
it wasn't
not.
that long ago. But okay, was it 20? Is that the same guy that I'm thinking of? Like the
Brad
member of
Delp.
the band that died in like within their own house, something with an oven and like fumes. Is that who I'm thinking?
Well, I think that was the story that as they originally released
Okay,
it was his
yeah,
oven, But
okay.
it was a hibachi.
Wow.
Yeah, he killed
Wow.
himself.
Holy fuck.
And it's like, there's never going to be another voice like Brad Delp.
No.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those songs are amazing. And, those songs were all written, I think, by the engineer. I think the engineer wrote them all.
Yeah.
But he just kind of put together this band of phenomenal musicians. So
Yeah.
I honestly, I literally don't know if they ever played out. They probably did, but
I wish Foreplay went into a different song.
That's amazing though that you even have. That's amazing that you even have to question that, like whether they play it out or not. Their impact is.
yeah, right. And then and the second album had a couple okay songs on it, but
Was that Walk On? Or was that the third one?
did they do 3 albums? I thought they only did the 2.
I know they had Boston and they had Walk On or something like that, but they both had UFOs, right?
Yeah, the second one. Yeah, the first one was like the iconic, album cover, and the second one was that spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like landing in a city or
It
something.
might have
like
just
that.
been 2 then. Okay.
But so anyways, so that's a band that, when you think of them, you associate with the albums.
Yeah. I never realized that they didn't put out any more than like 2 or whatever.
But some bands like AC/DC, I guess. Well, I mean, AC/DC you associate with the recordings too, because that's all you hear. But like,
Yeah, I'd have to
Their
see them
live-
live.
their live
if I'm gonna
show
like them, it's
is-
got to be what I see live.
yeah, their live
happens,
show
that happens.
is it pulled me right in.
Yeah.
It was like,
I've had live bands do the same thing to me. I didn't like the band Ghost, but when I saw them live, I was like, all right, these guys are cool.
really?
Yeah.
I've never. That's another band. Never listened to. I've heard of them. I'm aware of them. Never listened to a note.
Yeah, if you saw them, it's in their live set, in my opinion.
So what was like your next vinyl dive?
So all right, so that was Paranoid, and then I went on like a fucking full Black Sabbath campaign, and it was really all I wanted. Like I said, there was some other shit I listened to. Listened to Hendrix, I listened to Alice Cooper. A couple of punk albums actually made their way in without me really knowing what they were.
Yeah.
And then my buddy Zach, he was in a punk, and we actually weren't even that tight yet. Like we were just kind of just getting we were newly friends, and we're over his house, and I see these cassettes on his fucking desk, the Meat Men, and I'm just looking at the song titles: "Crippled Children Suck," "TSOL are sissies," you know, like I'm glad I'm not a girl, and I'm like, the fuck is this? And he goes, yeah, man, borrow them. I listened to him, and it was like, boom.
Yeah.
Like, that was, so, you know, finding Twisted Sister was like my first, like, you know, and one of the things I've always loved about Twisted Sister, Dee Snider, is, you know, he has mastered the art of mixing. Like, he writes some very literate, you know, shit, like articulate, like big words, but he also throws in ain'ts and double negatives and F-bombs and shit. Like, he figured out how to combine that, and that always was an anchor for me, you know. And I got into, you know, Black Sabbath and just the different themes and like different ideas of, you know, everything doesn't have to be about loving rock and roll or about, you know, something that happened right now. It can be a fucking made up story about a guy made out of steel, you know. Mm-hmm. And then when I found the Meat Men and I listened to that,
I know you're a huge Meat Man fan.
It's like, and
I never really listened to it.
I'd be lying if I said I still listened to it a lot. Like, I very rarely put it on. Yeah. And, you know, Tesco, I hope you never see this, but, you know, forgive me, but anything after like the first like 3 albums is not, I may or may not listen to it. It doesn't grab me the way, just the rawness.
Yeah,
but it was the humor. It was like the obvious, like the over the top offensive humor. But at the same time, like, he would slip in these like
thought-provoking,
intellectual, like these things, and it's like I fell in love with it, and that launched me into punk in general. You know, my buddy Zach introduced me to a bunch of other stuff, Decline of Western Civilization, you know, and I was already familiar with Black Flag and Circle Jerks, and, you know, but like watching Fear perform on that, and I was like, oh my god, this is pure fucking rock and roll attitude. These guys don't give a fuck, you know, and they got these great songs. I just fell in love with it, and, you know, so I went down the punk rabbit hole for a long time. And I found, you know, the Misfits. And I think what I liked about the Misfits was they were catchy poppy songs, but about horrible shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I fell in love with that. And then, you know, actually kind of through the Meat Men, I found out about Crime. And they are just, you know. So it's just, I don't know. I guess nothing I'm saying is like a unique, like, oh, wow, man. So you listen to one band and then you listen to another band? That's so fucking exciting. But, like, I don't know, man. It's just this rabbit hole I went down.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And then after my first band broke up, which was 2003?
What band was that?
The Gunmen. Don't go looking for them.
Okay.
You just made everybody look for him.
Don't go looking for him.
What did you do in the band?
I sang and I played guitar. Actually, we all kind of sang our own songs, and it was.
I didn't know you played guitar before bass until tonight.
I just fucking told you that.
Wait,
I know.
wait,
Until
like 5
tonight,
hours ago
Until
at this point.
tonight.
Wait.
Yeah, I didn't
Every
know that.
member sung their own song?
Except for the drummer.
Holy
Right on.
shit. All right.
So
Power Rangers.
It's not
Yeah,
Power Rangers.
and
unless the drummer does
it was cool, and
That is cool.
but it was a different time,
Yeah.
and like so another band that I'd be lying if I said I really got into them, but I was actually friends with a few of the members was Anal Cunt,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, they're from Connecticut or Mass.
no, they're from Mass.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
I thought they were from Connecticut.
If you guys want to come be on the show, shout out.
Anal cunt.
They're mostly dead.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Seth died, right?
Seth died,
Seth
and
died,
then
yeah.
Josh died a few years back, and that was
That's it.
I hadn't seen Josh in
That sucks.
over a decade, and I bumped into him at a show that the Rocket Gods played, and
Really?
shot the shit with them for a little bit, and I caught up with them, and
No shit.
and it was nice catching up, and it was cool because again I hadn't talked to this guy in at least a decade, and it was like he just recognized me and he just picked right up. It wasn't like, hey man, tell me about everything that's been going on. He just like, oh man, see these fucking dickheads up here, like
Yeah, right at the moment.
And it was cool.
How long ago was it already that Seth died?
Oh,
So
that was
over a decade, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, had to be at least a decade ago.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, and he was a weird dude too, because he, and again, I didn't know him well. I will not profess to have known him well. I knew him peripherally, but he was a funny guy because one of my hobbies is I collect old arcade games.
Yeah, I wanted to get into that actually. I'm glad you brought that up.
And so I just happened to be talking about that, and he was there, and he's like, "Oh, hey man, do you have a Star Castle?"
Nice.
And
dude.
it just so happened that I did have a Star, and Star Castle's not a real common game,
That's a riot.
And so I was talking to him about it, and he was all excited about it, and I think I might have even talked about selling it to him at one point. So, and then the next time I saw him, "Hey Seth, what's going on, man?" And it's like he looked at me like he didn't even fucking know me, and
Wow.
and I was like, "Oh, okay," but it is what it is, right? I'm just a fucking putz. 15 years his junior, whatever, and then he clicked, and he saw me, and he recognized me all of a sudden, and he starts talking to me about Star Castle again, and there was like a couple of those. So like he would like forget who I was, and then it would click, and then and then he remembered who I was, and he remembered our conversations, and it was like. So I don't know.
It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. You could see that though. Like,
yeah, it was weird. So, but anyways, so I may not have been the biggest fan of their music, but just you never even need to listen to an Anal Cunt record. Just read the song titles. Because they are so over the fucking top offensive, and that was the whole point.
I got it coming.
Like
everyone should be killed.
Yep, you were pregnant, so I kicked you in the stomach.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that one.
Hitler was a sensitive man. Yeah, and so it was like.
Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. You can go.
No,
ahead.
no. Go ahead. Find one up.
No, I'm trying to find one. It led me down a dead end. As the internet does. Thank you, Google.
And then there was Insult, which I think was another one of Seth's bands.
So fat. Brendan, you're not fat. It's the shirt.
Push your grandma down the stairs.
Look at Nate. His true classic is tight around the chest and shoulders and arms.
Over the top,
and then it
offensive,
tapers off towards the bottom.
Nate also has six-pack
You can't get away with it.
The point is,
So-
the shirt doesn't highlight your best attributes.
And so we modeled some of our stuff after that.
You're a really good dad.
Yeah, I am.
It was fucking tongue.
Why do you guys not know how to dress themselves?
What do you mean?
Girls will find you more attractive if you dress better.
The
You
one
really
song
think that's all we care about?
Kind of got a little bit of momentum with was the name of the song was Girlfriend Guy, but everybody knew it as the Your Girlfriend's a Cunt song. So
Fuck.
yeah, so
Yeah, you'd get canceled. You're done.
yeah, we didn't mean anything by it. So I played guitar and I sang in that, and then I didn't. After that broke up, and
Damn,
you know,
I want to hear that.
my first wife was not supportive of that at all.
No, she was like, "You're an animal. You can't fucking play this band."
Animal would have been better than most of the shit she called me.
Aw, Rob.
So,
I'm sorry, buddy.
so hey, you know what? Everything happens for a reason.
Sure does.
You know, so, and I bear no grudge. You know, she's the mother of my kids, and she's got her own thing going on, and we were able to celebrate our youngest's graduation from basic training recently together. So
Yeah, that's amazing. Man.
yeah,
That's
so
fucking amazing.
you know, so hey, whatever. I wish her the best.
Hey,
so.
you guys are good parents. You good
Well,
mom?
one of us was. No. So, anyways, shit. Where was I going with this? So,
I found a good one. It's the fucking
Oh, Rob, don't lose it. You.
oh, okay, yeah. So she wasn't. So I just didn't do anything, you know, for years, but I always missed it. I always missed playing on stage and playing like.
It's a horrible feeling, man.
It is.
Yeah.
It's when you do it, and if you have that need to fucking
Get it out of you. And just
get it out of you,
yeah,
exactly.
It's therapy.
It is.
Yeah.
And so
When that's being compressed or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Or just being
oh my God.
ignored.
By a significant other, too.
Yeah,
Like
so-
you really see something in them.
so I missed it, you know, and that's why, you know, I mentioned earlier when my wife now said, "Well, just start a band then."
Fuck yeah, dude.
And I was like, that was a fucking mind blow to me that, wow, like you're okay with that?
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, and so
It's crazy that has to be a mind blow to you. And I only say that because I can relate. Like,
yeah, it's
yeah, same thing with my current
I
relationship.
was- look,
my
my-
fiance is very supportive.
my first
I'm
wife.
not used to that.
My first wife and I got together. I was 16 when we started dating, you know, high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
You know, and then had a kid young, and then
Things happen.
I did what I felt like I needed to do, and I stuck it out, make sure he turned out okay, and
You sure did.
married her, and had a couple more kids, and you know what? And as difficult as some of that time was, I'm still glad because I got my three boys out of it.
Hell yeah, man.
You know, I'm proud of shit out of all of them.
Dude, I'm like proud of you. Like when I hear the accomplishments of your son, I'm like, Rob is an amazing dad.
I didn't do any of it.
Hey, man.
I just made them.
You made him. Hey, man, that's important. That's fun. It's fun making them.
All right, let's hear some anal cunt, Brian.
All right, we got an album. Fucking A. I'll read them in order. Fuck yeah. Cranking my band's demo on a box at the beach.
Yes.
Loudest stereo. Kicking your ass and fucking your bitch.
Yeah.
Hot girls on the road.
I think this was their concept album.
Whiskey, coke, and sluts. All I give a fuck about is sex. I'm gonna give you AIDS.
Yep.
Yay, it's pink. And it closes out with, I wish my dealer was open.
And
Phenomenal. That's
track
brilliant.
one.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
And that's the thing is,
We need to put out track songs like track
here's
names like that.
it just gets worse.
oh
It's,
yeah,
I became a counselor so I could tell rape victims they asked for it. Eazy-E got AIDS from F. Mercury.
I remember that. I actually remember that.
I like drugs and child abuse. Laughing while Leonard Pelter gets raped in prison. I convinced you to beat your wife on a daily basis. I sent concentration camp footage to America's Funniest Home Videos.
Jesus Christ.
This is only song number 6. All right, song number 7. Rancid sucks, and the Clash suck too.
all right. Cheers to that.
I disagree, but it's funny.
I paid Jay Howell to rape you.
Who's Jay Howell?
Probably
Who's
a
Jay Howell?
dark fucking story behind that, man.
Yeah.
I pushed your wife in front of the subway. Extreme Noise Terror are afraid of us. Must have been a band.
Actually, yeah. So Extreme Noise Terror. I think there is a fucking legit story about that.
That's a fucking
Yeah.
good name.
You rollerblading faggot. I sent a
horrible.
thank you card to the guy who raped you. I think this episode's gonna get me banned.
Yeah,
shit.
maybe this might be a redo. We might need to reconvene.
But it's
No,
comedy,
no.
man. It's
We got-
comedy.
This
I
one
can-
will be just for us.
I can make it.
Ah.
I'm gonna make it premium content.
But it's funny as fuck.
I sent you.
We need this. We're talking about offensive titles and how they're getting banned. They're just words.
Right.
And they're fucking funny.
Right.
Song
like-
number 13. I'll let your baby on fire.
Yeah, yeah. How is that not funny? I'll let a baby
Song
on
no-
fire.
Song number 15. I intentionally ran over your dog.
That's a riot, dog. Some dogs, you know.
Next is
Hey, not my dog.
next.
No way.
Hey, not my dog.
No
mother-
way.
Alright, it gets way worse.
Well, of course it does.
Just like the album, it gets worse. Sweatshops are cool.
Hey, they're
Women-
cheap shit, you know. I'm just gonna start defending every title.
All right. Women, nature's punching bag.
Hey, you know, sometimes. Guys too, though. Husbands
I don't
too.
condone it, but I understand.
I snuck a retard into the sperm bank.
Why not?
Connor Clapton committed suicide because his dad sucks.
Oh no! I want to know. Oh, no! I want to know who Connor
Holy
Clapton is,
fuck.
man. Can you?
So this shit's new to you guys,
Do you
right?
know who Connor Clapton is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Eric
oh.
Clapton's son.
Oh my God! The guy that fell out of the window.
The fucking 2-year-old.
The kid that took a digger out of the
Yeah.
window. Oh my God!
Remember that old joke? What's the fucking difference between cocaine and a 2-year-old?
Yeah,
Eric Clapton wouldn't let a bag of cocaine fall out a window.
dude. Yes. Oh, that's a riot. I'm gonna defend that right now. No, it's a tragic thing, man.
Next is
Come on.
Next is I ate your horse. The next though was the
I
popular.
bet horse tastes good.
The next one is a very popular. Hitler was a sensitive man.
All right, that's a rough one, but it's funny.
Hitler was a sensitive man.
Because
It's
he wasn't.
It's actually a funny
All right,
song.
guys.
I'm sure it is.
It gets worse. Track number 22. You robbed a sperm bank because you were a cum guzzling fag. 23. I made your kid get AIDS so you would.
So you would what?
Dude, it's just shock comedy, man. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I made your kid get AIDS so you can watch it die.
Oh my god.
I can't make it. I'm crying. 24. I fucked your wife. 25. Into the oven. Number
Just for the record, there have been many people that have died in ovens.
That's true.
That's a suicide thing, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you're ready to
Put your head
close
in
the
the
oven.
oven.
Yeah, put your head
Number
in the oven.
26. I gave Namla pictures of your kid.
Right? Oh my God! Hold on. That is a riot.
Yeah.
Pedophiles
Funny
are
'cause
horrible.
I'm not ready.
Pedophiles should die, but that's a fucking riot.
Because it's so fucking
Because it's
so wrong.
I am
That's
not.
why it's funny.
yes.
People who don't understand humor. That's why it's fucking funny.
Dude,
because
oh,
it's
man.
so wrong and so uncomfortable that you have to fucking laugh at it.
Yes.
I am not ready
Yes.
for half of what I'm reading.
I'm
right
sorry,
now.
but this right here, this like track listing you're reading,
Actually, yeah,
should
watch-
be the bar set.
Watching Brian's reaction as he reads them is better than hearing the fucking song title.
Number 27. The only reason men talk to you is because they want to get.
Well, I mean,
Because they want to get what?
girls do that too.
All right. The only reason men want to talk. The only reason men talk to you is because they want to get laid. You stupid fucking cunt. I made fun of you because your kid just died. 29. Domestic violence is really, really, really funny. And this is proof. Oh, man. Number 30. Dictators are cool. 31. Deadbeat dads are cool. 32. I'm really excited about the upcoming David Buskin concert.
Oh, who's David Buskin?
I have no idea.
Oh, fuck.
It gets worse. It gets worse.
Rob, do you
Bye.
know who David Buskin is?
No.
Fuck.
It gets
We
worse
should
by
Google
anal
that
cut.
shit.
Track 33, being ignorant is awesome.
Well,
Here's a classic. 34, you're pregnant, so I kicked you in the stomach. 35, Charles Barnes is a pussy.
I want to know who Charles Barnes is.
I think I know that story, but I can't remember it.
36, Tim is gay.
Tim's I think that's Tim from Toxic Narcotic, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a riot.
37 is BT/AC, like AC/DC, but BT/AC. What's BT?
What's BT?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I bet it's funny, though.
I sold your dog to a Chinese restaurant.
I remember that one. I
Number
remember that one.
38. And this album closes out with the track 39. I got an office job for the sole purpose of sexually harassing women. Which is only 58 seconds long.
Dude.
The longest song on this is almost 2 minutes.
Dude, you got like, I sold your dog to a Chinese restaurant to like the worst. I don't know. But I mean, that, you know, it's.
I'll save the next album
it's
for a
got
little
both
later.
sides.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
sure.
if you can't laugh at one, then don't bother laughing at the other.
So
This is a riot. They don't give a fuck what they're writing. They're just writing.
Like
They're words.
Guar shows, you kind of know what you're signing up for
Right,
if you're
yeah,
a Guar fan.
yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
get cummed on.
well, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, you know, there are certain bands. There's certain bands that
Rammstein
you know.
used to do that
By
too.
you're gonna get cummed on by Guar, not by like some random
Dude,
dude
did you ever
in the
see
crowd.
Rammstein in like the '99 Family Values tour? He whipped out a fake dick and came all over the audience.
No shit.
Yeah,
I think there's
it was
there's-
groundbreaking.
There's certain bands that, like you said, you know what you're signing up for.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Like you're not gonna accidentally go to see the Mentors,
Yeah.
right?
No.
You know that it's
no.
you know that it's over the top offensive.
Yeah.
You know.
El Duce, right?
Well, he's dead.
Yeah, but he was the singer.
Kurt
of the
Cobain
Mentors.
killed him.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
no, I'm
Well,
sorry.
Courtney,
Whoa.
no, Courtney
Whoa.
Love.
Courtney Love, rather. I'm
Courtney
sorry.
Love.
I misspoke.
No, we've talked about that
Yeah.
on one of the first episodes too.
Well, because
There's a lot of evidence, dude,
because Courtney Love asked El Duce
to kill him.
to kill Kurt Cobain,
Yeah.
and I think she gave him some money, and he went to the bar, and he got all fucking banged up, and he was shooting his mouth off about it,
Yep.
and and then he ended up fucking dead on train tracks.
Getting magically hit by a train and head being detached. Dude, that's some wild shit. That was like the Nick Broomfield documentary. He covered that.
Okay.
I think his last name is Broomfield. He's a British like journalist. And what I saw,
Oh.
you probably read about it. I don't know. I saw it in a
A
documentary.
journalist,
Yeah.
a British.
Yeah, British. A 12
Yes,
of
quite
the
right.
journalists.
Quite right.
Yeah, quite right. Cheerio. Yeah. No, that's there's a lot of weird shit surrounding like Kurt's death. Like it's really hard to just be like, yeah, he killed himself. Forget the fact that like the ammo was wiped off and that the gun has no prints on it.
Right.
Forget
Yeah, and
all
he
that
used,
shit.
if I remember, he used a long shotgun,
Yeah.
which would have been very different, unless he used his fucking toe
Right.
to fucking pull the trigger on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be wrong about that.
Dude, right? I mean, I could be too.
I just make a lot of shit up too.
I feel like there's so much more to it. There's a lot more to a lot of things. A lot of the time we just dismiss them, but
That's right.
a lot of the time there's a lot more to it.
Like fluoride in the water, for example.
Fluoride in the water. Oh, dude, you brought that up earlier.
Yeah.
I've heard that like contributes to like teeth decay.
It what?
Also, it contributes to tooth decay.
To what?
Tooth decay.
No. It's
Fluoride in the water.
It's supposed to. It's supposed to prevent tooth decay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
But you're saying it contributes to it instead?
So I've heard.
What, fluoride?
So I've heard. And
No,
it has
fluor- yeah,
certain,
fluoride.
and it has certain neurological effects.
Well,
Yeah.
how do dentists make money, bro? I mean, they
But
gotta.
what?
Yeah. Why do you think they're so rich?
Yeah, the fluoride. I don't know. Yeah.
I understand dentists be
It
rolling.
has some chemicals and shit in it, and that it's. I don't know. It's been kind of.
Yeah, it's supposed to, calcify your pineal gland, as one of you boys said,
Yeah.
and make you
Right.
dum
Right. Yeah.
Boys.
and complacent.
Yeah, it has a lot of neurological effects.
Yep.
Makes it easier to control.
Yep.
And recently I heard that it actually does contribute to tooth decay. That might not be correct.
There's a book. Is my
And it
mic on?
fucks
Is
up
my
your
mic
gut
on?
biome.
Up.
It fucks up your gut biome.
So there's a book that I read. I actually didn't read. I listened to the audiobook, but came out in the late 70s, I believe, coinciding with Nixon's resignation.
Okay.
The name of the book is None Dare Call It Conspiracy. And it's about the planned communist takeover of America. And it's actually an interesting book because, you know, it came out so long ago and a lot of it has come to pass. But a lot of it's a history lesson. It goes back into the Rockefellers and I think the Vanderbilts and like
fair enough.
All the big money players,
Anderson
right?
Cooper, he's a Vanderbilt.
Right. So, but in any event, one of the points that the author made that really stuck out in my mind was, you know, we live in a time where people, if you tell somebody, hey, there's a guy who wants to take over the world, he wants to rule the world, people will dismiss you as a nut, right? Oh, how could you?
Absolutely.
But the thing is, no, because those men have always existed.
Yeah.
Right? Genghis Khan, fucking,
Dude. Yeah.
you know, fucking,
Didn't he wipe out like 1/10 of the world's population?
something like that. And
Something like that.
and he also, his DNA is in, I believe, fully 1/3 of Earth's population.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So, but you got like Genghis Khan, you got Alexander the Great, you've got these guys,
World conquering.
Napoleon, these guys who have the motivation and the intent to take over the world.
Yeah.
Why would that not exist now? The only difference is they're not doing it from horseback, trying to fucking win through attrition and decimate populations, and, you know, they're trying to do it with money. Yeah. And as we move to a fucking global economy,
Digital currency.
a digital economy,
Yeah.
and especially one where your fucking every fucking penny you've ever saved can just be turned off.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Yeah. People who want to rule the world exist. They'll always exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
And
like
they'll always live full lives and be 99 years
Yeah.
old.
But just like people who want to fucking kill people for no fuck reason.
Yeah.
Should they exist? No. But they do.
Yeah.
It's not fair, but they do. There's people out there who just decide they want to murder another human being and they have no fucking reason for it. Or people who steal, people who have no conscience, you know, sociopaths.
Yeah.
They exist and they always will.
A
So
lot of
it's,
that.
It sounds like I would associate those things with like poverty, like, you know, low class, like, you know.
I don't think that a desire to fucking rule all men is a class issue. I think that
with wealth, there
bloodline
would
issue.
there would be no wealth without a poverty, though.
I think it's a bloodline issue.
There wouldn't be a top without a bottom. There wouldn't be someone super rich.
well, that's for sure.
Well, if it didn't come out of someone else's pocket, and on the opposite end of that is like,
Well, sure, but like
apparently first, third world. What would you describe third world? Your country makes a product and you get shit for it.
no, I'm saying that I don't think that there's any. I think it's a character flaw, or whatever. If someone's born with the honest desire to rule the fucking world, and
I think a lot of people are born
They-
with that
now-
desire, but they're not in the position to do it.
well, right, that's what I was going to say.
What if someone
is-
just they're playing fucking The Sims on a grand scale?
Yeah.
They're just like, delete this bunch over here.
Well, yeah, essentially.
Make this
right.
bunch wear dresses. Make the boys wear dresses and make the girls think they're boys.
Hey. But yeah, no, but that's what Kevin made. My point was, these people probably exist everywhere. right? But if they're just some fucking schlep on the fucking street in New York or whatever, they're just crazy. They're just crazy and they're living on the street because they don't have the means to act on their, intentions.
Yeah.
But,
I get it. There's definitely that kind of person.
So that person's always going to exist.
Yeah.
And some of those people are inevitably going to find themselves in a position of power or wealth. And wealth is power.
Absolutely.
So,
it just so happens they're all pieces of shit.
and then a couple of those guys get together because, hey, nobody in the world understands us. Well, I understand you, dude. You want to rule the world? Me too.
Yeah.
And so now you got a fucking consortium.
Gang.
Club of Rome.
Yes. Yeah.
Spectre.
Yeah, dude. A lot of the banking. I mean, we're talking about banking.
And then you
back to Rome.
involved companies, investment companies like BlackRock.
Yeah, Vanguard.
Vanguard owned
BlackRock,
Bayer.
State Street.
Friggin'.
They're all buying properties right now up like 20% over market value, so like the regular person can't buy them.
Yeah.
And they're gonna start renting them out.
There's a whole generation
They
that'll
should just
never
rent
get a
out
house.
all that fucking office space in
No
the big
shit.
cities.
I don't think they should rent
Yeah,
out
no
anything. They
shit.
should build more houses, period.
Yeah. Well,
If they just build, and not cram everybody into fucking apartments and make one road to get in and out of everywhere.
So that's something that
Yeah.
So you raised a point that I've been scratching my head over for a little bit. So they
talk about how overpopulated we are.
Well, no, but they.
Oh yeah, go on.
So they knocked down the Hanover Mall, right? They're building this new thing. They're building apartments behind it.
Yeah.
The Kingston Mall, they knocked down Sears. They're building up mad apartments.
Yeah.
Fucking Weymouth Landing.
Yep.
Shitload of apartments.
Shitload of land.
On Route 18.
Yeah.
You got the fucking I forget what it's called, but a bunch of apartments.
I'm on 18.
Hospitals?
I'm up the street from the Aeronaut.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
So
you talking like near the hospital?
Big fucking liquor store, bottom floor, up the street from what you're talking about. Fucking 5-floor apartments above that.
Are you talking about John's? John's
Yeah,
Liquors?
I think so.
Further down.
That new joint
Further down, like
toward the hospital.
by the bridge,
Yeah.
heading towards
By the new bridge. Yeah.
heading towards like Abington. Mm-hmm. There's the big buildings on on either side.
Yeah.
Are there that many fucking people looking for places to live right now?
They're closer to the city. It's,
Well, yeah,
it's
but-
not a population problem. It's a distribution problem. And the more people you cram into one area, the more fucking problems.
Well, yeah, because people are problems.
But you control all the
Yeah.
fucking rent. And, you can raise it, you can lower it, which they've been doubling it in the
They
past
control
10
the
years.
temperature in people's houses.
Yeah. Not in my
Yeah, did you
building.
hear about that?
Yeah, I did.
Obviously, you did since you brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was
It's wild.
Where was that?
That was not in the U.S. I think it was at Australia.
Yeah.
That they just commandeered everybody's internet-enabled thermostats and brought the temperature down, right? Because it's winter down there right now.
Yeah.
So they brought their temperatures down to fucking save energy.
It was
See, but the thing
probably a
that scared
program
me-
that was originally available to everybody through their cable provider or something
Yeah,
fucking
probably.
simple like that.
Yeah, probably. The thing that freaked me out is before that happened, before I read that, I mean, I had been hearing over the last year and a half or so with the, with like companies like BlackRock and Vanguard and State Street taking over these properties that they were going to start controlling, like, the temperature of your house. I heard that like a year and a half ago, and then I saw that story recently.
Dude, it's all cut.
It's
And
wow.
I'll tell you something else. Have you ever heard of?
And I'm not trying to say that to like carry clout. I'm just saying like that is what.
Well,
it is. I heard,
conspiracy
like,
theories turn out to be spoiler alerts in the end.
Sure,
the,
a lot of
the
them
difference
do,
between
a
a
lot of them
conspiracy
do,
theory and
yeah.
the truth seems to be about 2 years.
Yeah, yeah, well, that's a good point.
Have you heard of predictive programming?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you see it in movies,
Yeah.
advertising.
Video games.
Sure,
I
yeah,
mean, I've
keep
been
going,
a
keep
gamer
going,
my
dude.
whole life. Like,
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, dude. The predictive programming in certain things are ridiculous. I mean, it might sound ridiculous. I saw like and this is a few years ago. I saw like a Simpsons thing about like how like Simpsons episodes are predictive programming.
Yeah.
But if you actually sit there and watch it, you're like,
It's been a thing. I mean,
yeah, totally. What comes to mind when you say that?
Like predictive programming,
Anything
especially
particular
like
or
back
just
in
in
the
general?
80s.
What comes to mind?
I think TV has
recruiting.
been doing that since the beginning.
All right. Well, how about
I think that's why they invented it.
as an example?
Sure.
How about this? Probably isn't a good example. This is probably a little too esoteric, but
We're there.
You're in the right.
We're
You're in the
there.
right place.
Yeah.
You're in the right place for that.
So the X-Files,
Okay.
which I didn't watch a whole lot of. I watched some of it,
Okay, yeah.
but there was a spin-off.
About alien disclosure?
There was a spin-off from the X-Files,
What was that?
The Lone Gunman.
Never,
Oh,
I never
okay.
watched either of them, but
The first episode of The Lone Gunman, the pilot episode, was about terrorists flying airplanes into World Trade Center.
of course. That does not shock me.
Yeah.
I feel like I heard that. Well, keep going.
It was actually a good show.
Yeah.
I mean, what other predictive programming? I mean, just
Yeah.
look at
Well, there was a 9/11
Fucking-
predictive programming in The Simpsons.
yeah.
He picks up a magazine at like that store where like Abu works. Is that Abu or whatever? And he picks up and it's like the Twin Towers, and it says 9/11 for the price of the magazine.
Oh yeah, I remember that
yeah,
shot.
yeah.
Dude, where's the fucking monster coming out of the ocean? That's all I'm wondering.
Well,
Yeah, they've been promising us that for like 70 years now.
Like nuclear radiation
That's
with fucking iguana and yeah.
dude, you're right though.
It has Gilbert Gottfried's voice.
There's so many examples of predictive. There's so many examples of predictive programming that make it very real, very
Yeah.
real. There was a documentary that came out a few years ago. I think I shared it with you on Facebook. I don't remember or not, but it was called Out of Shadows.
I'm gonna pee. Don't get too loud.
Sure, it was called Out of Shadows.
I feel like
And-
I just heard about this somewhere else recently.
It's hard to find now.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, and it came out like around like the whole like Epstein stuff, which the whole thing with Epstein, I had been following that since his initial arrest, and he didn't do much time at all, and his lawyer got him off, and then
Yeah.
that led us up to the most recent time
Yeah.
that resulted in his suicide. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Suicide.
yeah, suicide, right. But yeah, I remember that around that time, those things coming out, and just it was telling you. They're telling you, and like that in that documentary, they pointed out there's many good points in that documentary. One of the things was they took the word television. It went in deeply into like the MK Ultra stuff, and which is well like documented, and
Yeah.
anybody could look it up and see what they're talking about. They weren't lying.
Sure.
And they used the word television, and they separated it. It said tell-a-vision. And it was,
That might be a little bit of a stretch. I mean.
maybe, but I mean, they use television to tell you a vision. They want you to feel a certain way, think a certain way, and I do. I personally believe that it's been involved since the invention of the television.
Yeah, well, because it's a propaganda,
Yeah.
propagation tool.
Yeah, and they touched down on like the pedophilia and stuff.
Yeah.
They touched down on what the fuck was it, Pizzagate or whatever.
Yeah.
But the stuff they said in it, what pissed me off is that people, because they talked about pedophilia, and like we were talking earlier about people just lumping people into different areas, like wherever they see fit, whatever. When they started talking about the pedophilia, a lot of people started shitting on that documentary because they were like, "Oh, you're QAnon, you."
Well, that's exactly it.
And that sucks.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
The whole
is that-
QAnon thing to me was always like just a psyop. It was bullshit. I think that was professional.
I don't know. I don't know.
But they raised a lot of good points.
So I don't know.
They talk about child trafficking, which is, if you look at the numbers, is a big thing.
I don't know a lot about it.
Sure.
But I've heard-
QAnon's a fucking joke.
So I've heard a theory that it wasn't in the beginning.
Yeah,
And
there's
then
that. I think it was the whole
legit
time.
in the beginning, and then somebody kind of grabbed the horns and
hijacked it and
Yeah.
became a charlatan.
So,
and,
I don't know if that's true or not. I
I don't think it is.
I do.
I think they woke a lot of people up to certain things that are real.
I do see a lot of things from various sources about, code words
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I mean, do you remember the whole thing? And again, who knows? But with I don't think it was IKEA.
Wayfair.
Wayfair.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was fucking ridiculous.
I didn't go too far down the rabbit hole, but
Excuse me.
I did see some fucking shit that was priced kind of.
It was fishy looking what you were looking at.
Yeah. So.
But what are you
now,
really
now,
looking
but now,
at?
is this all the shit coming from Wayfair, or is Wayfair a clearinghouse like fucking Wish or even Amazon?
Yeah.
So maybe there was. Oh. I'm so sorry.
Nah.
Maybe there was. Something else going on. It wasn't fucking children being trafficked.
Right.
Maybe it was guns. Maybe it was drugs.
Sure.
But
Sure.
you
Fucking
ever hear-
Iran Contra scandal. Like you could talk so much about how we've ran guns and drugs.
You ever hear about the
What?
author, the lady author who passed probably last year, who was supposedly talking to Chester Bennington of Lincoln Park and,
Yes,
and
I
Chris
heard
Cornell
that.
of Soundgarden about doing a documentary about child trafficking.
I heard
and
that.
no.
All of a sudden,
I don't know
they
how
croaked.
true it is, but I heard about it. Well, yeah, they both died.
And
of
Anthony
suicide.
Bourdain was getting awfully close to
Yeah.
doing a documentary on that
Huh.
stuff or something like that supposedly, and it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you talk, it's like that's the dark alley you don't come out of.
For real. Yeah, it does. It does appear that way.
It's
The Wayfair thing, though, like, I wasn't sure whether... to me, I was like, all right, somebody's just, like, pimping this out and making it, like... It looked like a psyop to me. But there really is a lot of trafficking going on. There really is children. Like, and it's worse in COVID. No one talks about it, and the people who do talk about it, like you said, Brian, end up suiciding. Like committing suicide.
We are
I
all
guess.
very happy people, by the way. We are all very happy with our lives. and we
Yeah.
have no
yeah.
depression.
I'm definitely not going to go home and shoot myself in the back of the head twice.
Same. Dude, Gary Webb.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Not personally.
You just cited his death.
But I know the story. Yeah.
Yeah, he blew the he blew the whole story of the Iran Contra scandal wide open with
Was
the
that
Clintons
was that
and
what it was?
Bush.
I thought it was something Clinton related.
It was, yeah, the Clintons. Well, okay, Bill Clinton was, I think, governor of Arkansas at the time, and they were flying guns and coke out of Mena Airport into the Sandinistas.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's where the movie with Tom Cruise came out about that dude. It was called, what was that called?
Cocktail.
No. Yeah, love that movie.
Tropic Thunder.
It came out a couple of years ago, and it was supposed to be a true story about this dude who flew coke and guns back and forth.
Risky
it was
business.
it was Rex
But-
Grossman.
Yeah, Rex Grossman, right. But, Gary Webb blew the whole story of the Iran Contra scandal, and Freeway Ricky Ross, the crack epidemic in L.A.
Yeah.
All that shit was going on around the same time, and all that shit was coming in through Mena Airport, and Gary Webb blew that story open, and it involved the Clintons and the Bushes and some other fucking old school names that we all know. Gary Webb was found dead in a hotel room or a motel room with two gunshots to the back of
his head.
Yeah, right.
And it was ruled a suicide.
It was ruled a suicide, and that is not an isolated incident. There was a guy... I don't know if we can Google this fast enough. Anyone can look it up, though. What's today's fucking date? The 15th? Is today the 15th?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
15th of September. 1 month ago or a month and a half ago, there was a guy found hanging in the woods with a gunshot to his stomach.
Okay.
Ruled a suicide.
Yeah, totally a suicide.
And he had a connection to the Clintons. But then I don't know if this is real or not, whether he died from natural causes or something to do with
A
the
gunshot
Clintons.
wound could
Ken
be a
Starr.
natural cause.
Ken Starr.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
He just died from complications due to a routine surgery he was having. But he's another one. I mean, I look at it because every headline out there, CNN, Fox, ABC, NBC, they all aired it the same way. Ken Starr, prosecutor of Clintons during whitewash scandal, dead at 76.
Yeah.
They all said that. And I might be
Well,
completely out of my mind right now, but I want to make a note of that since we're recording this.
So
that happened.
So there was a video on YouTube And I actually, I tried to pull it up to show it to my wife, and I couldn't find it anymore.
Hey, okay, you talking about the fucking cops that pulled that laptop?
No.
Okay,
I'm talking
alright.
about
That's another one. Good, okay.
Project Mockingbird.
Yeah, Project Mockingbird. Sure.
And
sure,
there was
yeah.
a video.
Yeah.
There was a video that was the most irrefutable demonstration of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where they would tell a story, and they'd start with this one newscaster, and then it'd fucking cut to another newscaster.
And they're all
cut
saying
to
the
it,
same
and it flows.
This
and
is
then,
a threat to our democracy.
Exactly. Yeah. And then
yeah.
and then they start popping up like
Yep.
the fucking Brady Bunch opening theme until there's like fucking 20 of them,
And
they're all saying the exact same thing verbatim. And it's like, and from all different parts of the country.
Yeah.
So, and different, like, some of them were Fox, some of them were fucking CNBC, whatever.
Yeah,
It's
all
like,
of them.
So
what you're saying? Oh, go ahead.
no. So it was just, you watch that and you go, it basically disabuses you of any.
They are all reading a script.
Yeah, it relieves you of any naive assumption
For sure.
that they are fucking writing their own,
Yeah.
copy.
They're not real journalists.
Or reporting about a building that falls down 20 minutes before it does.
Yeah.
BBC on Building 7. Yes. Yes. That is egregious.
There was a time.
Well, for anybody listening, look up Project Mockingbird, because what Rob is talking about is 100% real, and it was a CIA psyop operation.
No, it's not.
Check it out.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It continues.
It continues, right. They usually change the names of them. Like MK Ultra.
Yeah.
They ended the MK Ultra program, but they changed its name to something else that escapes me right now. But
Yeah.
it's real.
But yeah, no, it continues today.
Yeah.
You fucking watch the news on any station, and you're getting almost verbatim.
Yeah.
Red man bad, blue man bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orange man, very bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So.
Shop at Walmart.
Look beyond it. Just think beyond it. Look beyond major, mainstream media. Like, go there. We have
But again,
so much
so like-
access to
so-
different journalists in
But
this
like
world.
my buddy asked,
Sure,
my very lefty buddy, how do you know who to trust? And you don't, and that continues to be the problem.
That is
because
the problem.
because
Yeah.
I have found news sources, and I'll use the term news loosely,
Sure.
that purport to be truly independent and truly middle of the road and just
Right.
reporting the facts.
They all advertise that.
And then you read it and you go, yeah, no guy. Like, and honestly, the ones that do that tend to lean more right. You know?
Definitely.
And again, like I believe in capitalism as it was, theorized. Not the way it's being practiced right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is.
This is end
Yeah.
capitalism.
Yeah.
This is what capitalism leads to.
Well, that's the way they want to
Does
make
it
it lead
have
to
to?
it. No, it doesn't have to. Exactly.
But so
Rob, can I?
if you're gonna twist my arm like that, sure. But I'm pro individual responsibility, and I'm pro I'm pro gun.
Yeah.
And people go, oh well, would you want the blah, blah, blah. Yes, I want everybody to have a gun.
Yeah.
I want everybody to legally I want everybody to learn how to shoot.
Yeah.
And I want everybody to learn the responsibilities that come along with carrying,
Agreed, man.
and then fucking carry.
Yeah.
And because you know what, there are too many guys, and women and whatever in between, that maybe they just want to have a gun because it's cool, and they don't. Maybe they pass the tests, they pass the paper tests, but they don't really appreciate the gravity
Right.
of the responsibility that comes with carrying a firearm.
Yeah.
And I've been licensed to carry for 26 something years now.
Good.
I can count the number of times I've actually carried on one hand.
Dude, if I ever see you in Shaw's and the place gets stuck up, I'm gonna think we're okay.
I'm probably not carrying. That's a thing because it's fraught with risks.
You know how many stories of people stopping like shootings with guns are suppressed?
Yeah, well, but you don't hear about it.
No, you don't.
There was actually a very recent case where, a guy started shooting up. I think it was a mall. I could be wrong.
Is that New Jersey?
I honestly don't remember. That's the thing. That this is the world that we live in, where we are so bombarded with information and news all the fucking time. I can't keep it straight. Can you guys?
No.
You know?
No.
If I'm lucky, something stands out enough that I bookmark it. But other than that, it's information in, information out.
But we do have alternative like choices now, like with the internet. And there are a lot of good journalists out there.
That's what I'm saying. My point.
No, I know that.
Is that we are immersed.
Yeah, we are
in a never-ending stream of information.
Of course. Yeah.
And again, I don't want to be all conspiratorial. Oh well, it's designed that way.
It is designed that way.
But it's
television. I believe that.
People are like. A lot of people are just complacent because they just have this fucking. They have a steady diet of information being fed to them, and they don't discern what the information is.
Yeah,
they just feel like they are informed,
dude,
and they're just absorbing it all.
Complacency is our biggest enemy right now.
It's always been.
Yeah, and it's the cause of a lot of behavior that we see.
Entertainment. Enter as in enter itself. Tain as in obtain.
Obtain.
And ment as in mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that. Man. And that's we're seeing it. I mean, we're talking about it. They do. They entertain you. Everything is entertainment. Just like back in Rome, like the gladiators, like sports. We watched
the circus.
Yeah, dude.
Well, so actually, you raised a good point. Yeah, the news. I think even CNN at one point said, "Oh, well, we're not a news network. We're news entertainment."
Yes, they did. Yes.
Which absolves them of any responsibility to be factually accurate.
Yeah. In sports, like our major athletics, like baseball, basketball, NBA, NFL. MLB, NHL.
All rigged.
Well, the case can be argued for sure, but they do sign that entertainment clause.
For what? Yeah.
All the players signed an entertainment clause.
Okay.
Just like you said, just like the news, they're entertainment. And there has been scandals and gambling and all these gambling scandals that have gone on since the sports have been
Pete
sports.
Rose.
But they go even
You're too young
deeper.
to remember when Pete Rose is a fucking.
I know the story.
Like he was
betting on his own team.
Yeah, but he was like a highly lauded player, and
but his argument was I was betting on my own team, like
sure. Why wouldn't you?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Course.
It's not like, and that's the thing, right? If you're betting on the opposing team, then the argument could be made.
The game.
You could throw the game.
Right.
But if you're betting on your own team. Well, then you're really fucking betting on yourself.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
Unless you're caught betting to lose. But yeah, no, dude, totally. And that's, am I wrong? That's what he claimed, right? He was always.
Again, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I have a hard time.
You really think a blue and gold team and then Ukraine wasn't really, that funny.
Well, that was interesting this year. The Warriors won. I would have picked that anyway, but the Warriors won in basketball, blue and gold. The Rams won in football, blue and gold.
Really?
Right? Was it the Rams?
Yeah.
It was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So I don't follow sports at all.
And then the Ukraine flag is blue and gold.
Yeah, and I mean, What are the odds? I don't know, but I know that they're slim to none. But maybe
That would
it's
be
a coincidence. Maybe it's a coincidence, you know.
That would be predictive programming to a T.
That would be right. Yeah, way to tie it back into what we were actually talking about. You're right.
But again, it's
Good call.
you drive past all these fucking houses with
Virtue signaling.
and that's the thing, and it's like
I only see it in I see it in more like
rich towns.
Yeah.
Rich towns
Yeah.
where people don't
People are offended for other people.
because they don't have real problems of their own.
Yeah.
And believe me, I'm not a classist. Like I
But they exist. The classes exist.
Dude, they're doing everything
go
they
ahead,
can.
go ahead. I'm
They
with
do
you, I'm
everything
with you.
they can to avoid a class consciousness and a class uprising, class war issue.
Yeah.
Because,
But here's the thing.
They create
Here's the
class
thing. I'm a
wars.
guy that I still, even having seen everything I've seen to this point in my life, I still believe that if you're smarter
Yeah.
and if you are motivated and you're willing to put in the work and willing to take the risk
Yeah. You can
to
achieve
lay it all on the line
You can achieve it.
and you are successful, then you deserve every fucking penny of it.
Yeah.
You just that's
well, we're in
Absolutely.
we live in a
Absolutely.
and
we live in a debt-based economy, so that's kind of like by the pants, I guess.
Well, do you feel like it's like sliding out from our grips, that way of life?
what I feel is what I feel is that you know, enough of the people at the top of that food chain have nefarious intent.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they are those guys that I was talking about earlier that have a desire to rule over their fellow man, and so
They're in the position to do so.
and they have the money to do so.
Yeah.
So, you know, like anything, right? Like communism, right? The idealistic conception of capitalism, like the idealized conceptualism of communism, relies on the beneficence of man.
Yeah.
But it leaves too much room for corruption and tyranny.
They both do.
They both do.
They
yeah.
both do.
Yeah, they
I
do
still
both
think.
do,
I
don't
still
they?
think.
Yeah.
I think that capitalism is the longer road to get to that corruption. I think that communism lends itself immediately to that because you've got the people at the top of the fucking food chain going, okay, well, this is how we're going to distribute shit. But with capitalism, you know, at least from a very basic standpoint, you know, it's, hey, I got this, I'm going to try to do this. Hey, I'm stupid, so I failed, and I'm going to starve to death. Hey, I'm a little smarter than you, and I got a better idea, and I'm going to sell this, and I'm going to make more money, and then I'm going to employ people. Like, that's like a more organic way. Eventually, it'll get there, because sooner or later, I see this all the time. You got a company that was started by good people, right? But the growth of the company has surpassed what they're able to manage, to maintain. So they hire on people. Who are they going to hire? They're going to hire the fucking best and brightest of the bunch. Well, sometimes those are the people who have, you know, these megalomaniacal intentions.
Yeah.
And they're not in a position where they're going to take over the world. You know, I work for a fucking food services company, and I'm this fucking CEO. They're not going to take over the world.
All I
from
could
there.
think of is Little Fauci.
Is what?
Little Fauci.
Little Fauci.
He's in enough power, but he can't really do anything.
He's retiring.
Well, yeah. Well, he's retiring, I think, to escape.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's going to be some shit coming down the road.
I don't doubt that. Yeah, I don't doubt that at all.
But, you know, unfortunately, both capitalism and communism are susceptible to people
Corruption.
corrupting it, and they're just bad people. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's the reality of life. There's bad people in this world, and you know, how do you combat that?
Yeah. Well, you can't
Rise up.
You can't if you live solely in a communist country.
What's that?
You can't if you live solely in a communist
No, you
country.
sure can't. You can go back to camp.
Right. But when you live in a country like ours, where we have our freedoms, and we can sit here and we can fucking talk about the things
And it's
we're
funny to
talking
think
And
of-
not be labeled extremists.
Right,
What?
Right.
We are the
Rob,
greatest threat
you're
to
a
democracy.
fucking Nazi.
We are the greatest threat to democracy.
Yeah,
sitting
yeah.
here talking about how do we make things better for everybody.
Right. You know, that's good.
You know,
Just
That's
don't-
where it starts. I mean, a lot of people say, like, what are you going to do? Like,
Just
you can't do
guys,
anything.
yeah.
No, you can't.
Just don't
if
follow.
we had a whole population of people that the majority of them were in the same frame of mind, anything can happen.
And if someone-
Anything.
if
and I'm
someone's-
not trying to sound like a hippie idealist. That's just a fact. If the majority of people are on the same train of mind, like, fuck, dude.
let Brian talk, for Christ's sakes.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
The government lets you protest and fucking laughs from their windows, man. Like,
Sure.
there was a reason why they were like, yeah, you could do that during the pandemic.
Yeah, there's also
Like-
a reason why they react.
But it's asking government to change a government problem.
Right.
Is you're asking them not to do something. It's
Well,
like,
it's about
Right.
you holding their feet to the fucking flame and saying, we pay you, we write your checks.
And then-
this isn't up to you.
and then
but
you go-
it takes a conscious awareness of that.
and then God forbid you go protest somewhere and there just happens to be velvet ropes everywhere and it turns out that you're a part of the biggest disastrous, like most deadly insurrection ever.
So
I
here's-
know
so
is that
here's-
if it was me and people that like I thought like minded with, it wouldn't end like that.
So here's what I want to know about the insurrection.
Yeah.
So you had a couple dozen people who were allowed into the fucking Capitol building.
Yeah,
Because they
They
were.
were.
And
Look,
so
I'm not a fan of Trump. I am not. But when I'm looking at things objectively, and you know, we talk
well,
about
that's
the
it. You're looking,
insurrection.
looking
yeah,
at it objectively.
They were let in.
They were let in, and they walked in. And what did they do? One of them put his fucking feet on Pelosi's desk.
Yeah.
Another one stole a podium. I think there was like
Some poor girl got shot climbing
Yeah.
into a window.
yeah. So an Air Force an unarmed Air Force veteran was shot in the neck
Yeah.
by a Capitol police officer.
Yeah.
I think pretty unprovoked.
Sure.
You know, that was the only violent death. A couple other people died. Oh, well, they hit him with a fucking fire extinguisher. No, actually, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
He died of a fucking heart attack.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
fucking fat prick or whatever.
Yeah.
But but let's say the Capitol Guard were totally overrun, and they said fuck this shit, and they ran, and these insurrectionists were fucking unfettered. So how are they taking over the government?
Right.
What's next?
Yeah, they're gonna be on the
Right.
fucking plane to the island. Like,
Yeah, like
they're
what's,
gonna be miles away.
what are they gonna do?
And you know what they were like voting on in Congress, like when that all happened.
What was that?
It was Nancy Pelosi, and they were. What the fuck was it? It was about.
Motherfucker.
I think it was about. It was a vote that had something to do with like investigating election fraud,
Well, yeah.
and then that whole thing played out outside of there.
Yeah.
And
See, and that's,
I mean,
and
it's
that's,
kinda, you
and
know.
that's the thing. You know, what's troubling to me is that we're not
if I remember that correctly.
we're not even allowed, right? You'll be shouted down and called. Dude, I'm totally getting on a list now, but
Sure.
you're not even allowed to say,
I think you've been on a list before this book.
"Oh, dude, I've been on a list for fucking decades."
You're not worried about it.
But like, we're not even allowed to go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the election was kosher.
Right.
There was some weird fucking shit.
Yeah, right. And there
Biden-
probably isn't. There
and-
probably is in
so-
every election.
So you look at Trump rallies
Yeah.
leading up to the election. Packed fucking crowds, right? Rows and rows of people, thousands of fucking people, tens of thousands of people.
I got a parliament.
And then you look at any of Biden's fucking
There's nobody there.
nobody there.
But yet he had
But
the
yet
most votes in fucking history.
In history.
Like
He got more votes.
election
He got
history.
more votes than Obama.
Yeah.
Really?
No way.
Really? Did he? Did he really though?
Dude, I wanted to vote for Obama when he first came around.
Really? I
Yeah,
mean, like,
did. I didn't vote for him though because I don't trust the election.
well,
But-
and you've been proven right, haven't
Well,
you?
dude, honestly, like if there was anybody I was ever like kind of optimistic for, it was him. When I saw him come on, like I think it was the Conan O'Brien show before he ran, he was announced his candidacy, and I was like, and he talked about all of his fucking points, and I was like, yeah. Cool. Do it, dude.
Yeah,
I like that. I'm not going to vote for you because I don't trust it, but I hope you win.
Change.
He
That's what
won.
he got
He
you with
won. He
change.
ran on change and nothing changed.
No shit. Imagine.
Yeah.
But you know
Yeah.
what? You were a younger.
I was younger.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Every 4 years, it doesn't change. It gets worse every 4 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a pattern here.
It changes for the worse. You know.
There's a pattern here.
Did you ever read that book, The Case Against Barack Obama? You ever
No.
read it? I fucking wish I could remember the author's name right now. I can't.
Title's probably enough.
Yeah. Well, it is. It's it sounds pretty
this is driving me
biased,
crazy.
but it was
I gotta
from
fix this.
Sure. It was the guy
Okay.
that actually liked him initially. But yeah, it's the deep dive into Obama, who he is, how he came up as a machine gun style politician in Chicago. Machine gun style politics was like coined in Chicago, and it's basically like winning elections by doing whatever crooked shit you could do. You know, you pay enough people to work for you, you can fuck up the ballots.
That would have fucking happened in Chicago in the 30s.
His predecessor was Emmanuel something. I don't know.
Lewis.
I don't know.
I loved him in Webster.
No. He was just a big name in Chicago for
All right,
corruption.
all right.
Like he
So,
was well known.
I'm an old guy. You both missed that fucking joke.
I did. No, I got the joke. I'm just trying to think and not sound like an idiot, but that's impossible. But yeah, no, that's a good book, man. And I only bring it up because like I was very optimistic about that dude taking presidency,
It
and I
just-
admit I was a fucking moron.
He just sunk money into the military.
Yeah, dude.
Did he?
The MI6.
The drones were brand
yeah.
new, bro.
He killed more people than Bush.
So not like the military into killing machines.
Yeah, he used drones.
The ones I worked on were 22 mil. The old versions were 22 mil.
I believe it.
Yeah, there was more people killed in drone attacks during the
25
Obama
mil.
administration than there was people killed in bombing attacks in the Bush administration.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's wild, dude. I'm going to plug that site, antiwar.com, one more time.
Yeah.
Because I really wish people would check it out. It's not small. It's a pretty big operation.
Put it in the show notes.
Sure. But, Rob,
Yes.
it's been a fucking pleasure having you, man.
It's been a pleasure being here.
And I'd love to have you back.
Well, I feel like we've left so many stones unturned.
We have. I would love to turn them all over. We could sit around right now and do it some more.
I mean, what time we got?
What time you got?
My wife's already asleep.
Mine is too.
Wow. Holy
What time
shit.
is it?
I've been here for a little bit.
What is it?
20 past 12.
We have one more
Is it
hour.
really?
It's really.
So should we wrap this or keep going? I'm down.
I literally don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
Is Brian's, is he starting to drag?
You guys
That
are
would
good.
that was a cool like closeout right there. But guess what? Surprise, we're not closing.
We can do another hour or another 2 hours. It's up to you.
We can do whatever we want.
But if I do another 2 hours,
It's
we're
still
gonna
a free country.
if we do another 2 hours, we gotta stop it here.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I do have to work in the morning and then go to Narragansett for a
me
wedding
too.
Saturday.
We'll roll out the hour.
But I'm down to hang out a little longer.
Yeah, man. Fucking.
False alarm, audience,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we're not going anywhere.
You know,
So
it's-
on that note, I
There's
got
more
more.
lists
I
I need
got
to
more.
be on.
I got more anal cunt song titles. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh, let's do it.
All
I'm
right.
sorry I tried to like wrap that up with a bow.
I don't give a shit.
All right. I like it when you die. Has classic hits like
Brilliant.
Jack Kevorkian is cool.
Yeah.
Value Jet. You've got no friends.
Okay, all right.
You keep a diary. You own a pet store. You got date raped.
Wow.
Recycling is gay. You're a cop. Track 9. You can't shut up. 10. You've got cancer. 11. We just disagree. 12.
You got all the softballs that show up in the middle of those.
12. Hungry hippos.
All right. Good game.
Number 13, lucky 13. You are an interior decorator. 14, pottery's gay. 15, Rich Goyette is gay.
I want to know who Rich Goyette is. Who are these people?
Here's number 16, Branscombe Richmond.
I want to know who he is. Fuck, man. Come on, Seth.
17, you live in Alston. 18, you're a food critic. 19, just the two of us. Wonder if it's a cover.
It probably is.
Yeah, it
awesome.
probably is a cover audience, just to let you know. They do shit like that.
That's wonderful.
20, your band is in the cutout bin.
Hey, wait a minute. Can we end the show on the last one you?
Yeah, I'll do
said
the last
before?
one.
Yeah.
I'll save the one.
The one
last.
but you said before that.
Huh?
Keep going.
The one you let
21.
Your band is in the cutout bin, or
No, the one before that.
what was the one? What was the one before your band is in the cutout bin?
Just the two of us.
Okay, yeah.
Never mind.
21,
Why?
you're gay.
I am gay.
22, you look adopted.
Yes, that one always cracked me up.
That's a good one. Yeah.
23, your cousin is George Lynch.
Who's George Lynch?
He's a fucking guitar player,
Seth
man.
Putnam, is that his last name? Was it
Yeah,
Putnam?
Yeah.
It was. How did he die? Was it suicide?
No, he actually was it an OG?
I forget.
He had a stroke. Actually, here's a funny story about him. So he
had a stroke.
so he wrote a song called "Comas Are Gay," right? So I think he might actually try to kill himself or something, but whatever. He was in a coma, medically induced coma.
Yeah.
Almost died, and then when he came out, some magazine interviewed him. They asked him like, what was it like being in a coma? And he said, it was just as gay as I wrote about.
So he had wrote that before it
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Number 24, you have goals. 25, you drive an iRock.
Nothing wrong with
26,
that.
you play on a softball team. 27, because you're old.
This must have been like post-stroke.
No.
28, you sell cologne. 29, being a cobbler is dumb.
So I'm actually not sure now that we're going down this list. I don't know how many of these Seth wrote and how many Josh wrote. I feel like Josh wrote a lot of them. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong.
Is Josh the guitar player?
Yeah.
A famous one's coming up.
Excuse me.
30, you live in a houseboat.
Yep.
I remember that.
31, Richard Butler. 32, 311 Sucks.
Yep, I remember
That was
that.
a classic one.
Yep.
33, your kid is deformed. 34, you are an orphan. 35, you're old. Fuck you.
I feel attacked.
Yeah,
They're-
right.
Just offensive.
How old was he? Well, he was like, when did he die? How old was he when he died?
I'll look it up. 36,
let's
you
Google
go
that.
to art school. 37, your best friend is you. 38, you're in a coma.
Yep.
You pretentious fuck. That's a name.
39, wind chimes are gay. 40, no, we don't want to do a split 7-inch with your stupid fucking band.
So he was born in '68
Wow.
and he died in 2011.
Damn.
You know,
So
is it?
50 something?
Huh?
50 something?
You want me to fucking do
53?
math now?
No, it doesn't matter, dude.
Christ.
Renee Auberjonois. 42, the internet is gay. 43, haha, your wife left you. 44, Hootie and the Blowfish. 45,
What was the last one?
44,
Your
you
wife
Hootie Hootie and the Blowfish.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
45, you went to see Dishwalla in Everclear. You're gay. Locking Drop Dead in McDonald's. I wonder what that is.
What is it called?
Locking Drop Dead in McDonald's.
I want to hear that.
Technology. I can maybe read the lyrics. Hey, Brian. Hey, Bob. Hey, Lee. Hey, Ben. You're gay. You're gay. I'm gonna lock drop dead in McDonald's today. I'm gonna. And fry a burger on your face. Your lyrics don't matter. No one cares anyway.
That's awesome.
That was the locking drop dead in McDonald's by Anal
Love
Cunt.
it. Love it. Love it.
Track 47, Technology's Gay.
Yeah.
48, your favorite band is Supertramp. 49, I'm an AC.
I like Supertramp too.
50, you, fill in the blank. 51, Kyle from Incantation has a mustache. And 52 says bonus track.
Oh, man.
All right, so bonus track lyrics. You're listening to 85.3 FM, and you just heard my two favorite bands, Filter and The Refreshments. Just shut up. Gold.
All right, so now
Great.
pull up the song list for "I Want to Be a Burn Victim" by Insult. This album. I think I still have the copy I got in the fucking 90s. I listened to it so many times, man. It was just so brutal, beginning to end.
Kill a politician. We don't give a fuck. Useless piece of shit. Every time I puke, I think of you. The Pope's a fake. Uncle scumbag. Kick the dog. You're dead. No loss. Off with your head. Inebriated bliss. Sometimes I wish I was a retarded. Deliverance. Red tape. Throw yourself down the stairs. Unibrain. Choke your grandma if you want to be cool. My rules. Failure. Unstable. I want to be a burn victim. Yep. Several well-placed kicks to the face. Charles in charge. Shit for brains.
Charles in charge. So that was Pissa, because they covered, Charles in charge, but made it about Charlie Manson.
Okay.
That's
there you
awesome.
Go. Shit for brains and blithering idiot.
Yeah, that was a great album, man. Fucking love that album.
Dude, you hear songs like Seth Putnam and Cunt, like they have some like gay in all their titles and stuff, but it's so like dumb. It's like
that was the point.
Exactly.
And they were like, and they weren't like. Again, I can't profess to know them well, right? So somebody out there, they're gonna see this and they knew them well. They're gonna like, oh, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. But
you're just talking.
My personal experience with those guys was
grindcore is awesome.
Well,
like
yes,
Sure.
And they said that shit because it was outrageous and funny.
Yeah,
but they weren't like, they weren't the people who some people tried to portray them to be. I guess.
No, they weren't. They weren't. We could talk. We could say that about pretty much any band in there.
Yeah, they were fucking comedians.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. When I was a kid, I'm sure when you were younger, everyone used to call each other fag and whatever. It never meant that you were homosexual.
No,
it never meant that you hated homosexuals.
It was never like that.
There was an
My friend, I got a couple of friends that are gay. I have one particular friend that is like a fucking animal when it comes to fighting. Like, you fucking... Yeah. If you ever try to offend him, he'd probably beat the fuck out of you. But he never gave a fuck about that.
Right.
He used to call his friends gay, such as myself.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It was never used as
there was an understanding in our...
Same with retard.
There was an understanding in our generation.
Yes.
That, again, the intent.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, we would say, don't be a fag. And it just meant, like, come on,
man.
Pussy. Don't be like that. Don't be... Right.
Yeah.
We didn't actually mean, like, don't be a homosexual man.
Right.
Like, there was a double meaning there.
Yeah. Well, even if you take the word fag, all it meant was a bundle of sticks, I think, is like the traditional like dictionary meaning. Like,
that was, yes. In the old Aesop's fables and Brothers Grimm tails.
Yeah,
Well, it was just something to emasculate
It
someone.
never meant
That
you
was it.
like men. Who gives a fuck who likes men or women? Like, who cares?
Right. So yeah, exactly. It just so it was a turn of phrase, and now it's not permitted.
Yeah.
So
Those words aren't allowed.
yeah. So you know what?
I say use those words until you're ad nauseum.
I try to fit in, I guess. You know.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? You don't fit in.
Well, you know, at least in a mixed company, obviously, I watch what I say and everything else.
Sure.
But
Yeah, you're human. You have compassion.
But
you consider it, Rob.
yeah, I try to be, you know. But if every now and again, if I slip and I say, which I don't actually, I've actually, you know, I guess I'm good. But
You're an inconsiderate prick.
if somebody slips up and says something, right?
Yeah.
Then consider their intent.
Sure.
Consider,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
what they mean.
That's all that matters. Context and intent.
Because it's everything. Like,
Yeah, it is.
I could say something to you, the same fucking 5 words to you, but my intent could be completely different.
Sure. You could be like, suck my dick. Well,
Yeah.
that could go one of two ways.
Several
you
ways.
either want me to, or you just tell me to fuck off.
Or
yeah, or something else.
or but
Sure.
but yeah, you know, so it's like it's people need to fucking use their intellect,
Yeah.
to say,
Yeah.
all right, he said that. He didn't fucking mean.
Right.
I mean,
It's
and
a great point. That's a great
But
point.
but
man.
it goes beyond that, right?
Nuances, right?
Because you take let's take the hot button shit out of the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no one's saying fag, no one's saying retarded, no one's saying gay, no one's saying any of that shit, right?
Sure, yeah.
And somebody who knows you compliments you on something that unintentionally is a backhanded compliment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, oh, it's great that you finally lost all that weight. You know,
Yeah.
and your initial instinct may be like, you motherfucker, like you just called me fat, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But because this guy's your buddy, you don't react right away. You think about it. You just kind of swallow it, right? And you go,
sure.
it kind of sucked the way he said it, but
But that's not what he meant.
that's not what he meant. He was actually happy for me. You know, he was my buddy. He was being more honest than he probably should have been. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
That's a good analogy. Yeah.
So, you know, people should fucking use your fucking brains.
Sure.
For fuck's sake. That's what separates us from the animals.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, is our capacity to look at fucking how somebody says something and assign an intent to it. You know, I don't know. I mean,
No, that's very well put. Yeah.
you know, you look at dogs. Dogs, you could go to a dog and go, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna fucking stab you in the throat. And I'm gonna fucking, and the dog's gonna be like, oh yeah, yeah, like because the way you're saying it, and,
Yeah.
and he's able to pick up that intent,
Yeah.
right? But if you go, I fucking love you, you fucking, the dog's gonna get scared
Yeah.
because the dog's reacting to not the words.
Sure.
Dog doesn't understand the words.
Yeah.
The dog understands the emotion that you're giving it.
Yeah.
All right, I think you just found some more anal cunt shit based on that reaction.
I was gonna end with Picnic of Love, but I just found something way better.
What is it?
Don't worry. When the time comes, I'll be like, all right.
Oh boy, I'm not sure I'm comfortable with this.
We got like another 45 minutes. So
All right, well,
Whatever. That was very well put.
thank you,
Yeah, man.
thank you. This was totally what I was afraid I was gonna do, and, and didn't want to do.
Ah, it's not so bad. You're a great guy.
I mean, I try to be. You know, that's the thing. Is I'm not for everybody.
Yeah, well, you should be.
Who's your music
Everybody
for?
should love you, man.
What's that?
Who's your music for?
Who's my music for?
Yeah.
for us,
Yeah, for you.
and
Therapy.
I hope somebody else likes it.
Yeah, that's kind of a byproduct, right? Like, you write the things that you have to get out of you, and you get it done with a band.
Here's the thing.
And then when people like it, you're like, oh, cool.
If you start a band, right, and somebody tells you, I don't know, fucking, hey, Hot Pockets are the big thing today, and you write a bunch of songs about Hot Pockets, and then fucking a bunch of kids come to go, oh, dude, your fucking song Hot Pockets, I love it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're gonna feel like a cheat, right?
I hope so.
You write songs for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, anybody out there in a band, I think, understands, right? Somebody has an idea, and they're fucking around with it. And then either they bring it to the band, or maybe they're just messing around with it at practice, right? They don't have any intention of it going anywhere. They're just fucking noodling. And a lot of great songs happen that way, right? Sure. Sweet Child of Mine was Slash just fucking tuning his guitar and fucking making a joke out of it. And somebody goes, wait, save that. That's good.
A lot of great stuff comes from that.
Fucking one of the biggest songs in the world ever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Suicide Solution by Ozzy Osbourne. Same thing. Randy Rhoads is just tuning up, and he was, and I was just like, fucking, what was that? That was great.
That's because everything that came out of Randy was awesome.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good
I'm going on record as saying this. I want the microphone to point directly at me. I'm going to go on record as saying this. Mr. Crowley is the most boring song ever.
Triggered. I'm not triggered, but they are.
Mr. Crowley.
First of all, don't glamorize fucking that horrible fucking man.
Right.
Like,
yeah, Alistair.
Yeah. The
So
fucking Thelema, not good.
Yeah.
It's not cool that Danny Carey from Tool is fucking practicing Thelema. I mean, to each their own, but I mean, it's tied with Aleister Crowley. It definitely doesn't have good ties.
Yeah. So fuck that song.
For humanity.
Sado.
Yeah, fuck
that's a good song.
Yeah.
That whole album, the whole first two albums are phenomenal. But Mr. Crowley's not that good.
No.
Mr. Crowley kind of sucks.
I like Diary of a Madman better than Blizzard.
What's that?
I like Diary better than Blizzard.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Fucking Steal the Night.
Mm-hmm. Steal away.
What a fucking great album closer.
Yeah, it was.
And that's the thing. So getting back to what I was saying before about people who just buy songs and not albums, they don't even fucking get it. They don't even understand the experience that they're missing out on.
Mm-hmm.
Because an album has an opener and a closer. And there should be. And, maybe with like some fucking punk bands or hardcore bands, it's just, okay, song. How do we shuffle these so they fit on the vinyl or whatever? But, like, and maybe it's not even intentional for most bands, but I hear an album and the order of songs is emblazoned in my fucking mind.
Because of album structure, I love it too.
Yeah.
Like, when you do something like that, you really got to think about what song is going to go after what.
Yeah.
What kind of feeling you're going to have in the beginning of an album, what's going to keep someone listening to the album, and what you're going to end with. Like, it's all very carefully, it has to be, like...
It's the same as when you put
of.
together a live set.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's start the set on a fucking up-tempo number, right? Then we'll go to some of our more mid-tempo shit, fast tempo in the middle, slow one, and then we end on a high-tempo number.
And you got 3 albums, dude. You can shuffle, like, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
You'd have 2-3 different set lists, you know what I mean?
Right, but my point is, but you try to plan that flow.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want the listener to have... You don't want them to have a disjointed experience. You want them to have something that flows.
We're looking at you, jam bands.
What's that?
Fucking jam bands. They'll just do filler for 20 minutes.
Yeah, fucking half hour of fucking noodling. But
Fish ain't cool.
But like, if someone's just buying single songs, those songs have no context.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe that's okay.
But
maybe that's okay for those people.
In the defense of singles, they
Yeah,
usually
they might not
come.
think about it like
Singles used to come with a really cool B-side or something like that.
Well, all right. So here's the thing. You're talking about
If they were smart.
You're talking about legit. You're talking about going to Music Smith.
Single releases.
Music
Yeah.
Smith at the Hanover Mall
Yeah.
and buying a 45 with a single and a B-side.
Yeah.
But people that are buying shit on, Spotify or iTunes or whatever, they're not buying the B-side. They're buying that one fucking song.
Yeah.
And they're putting it into a fucking...
Playlist.
They're putting it into a fucking septic tank of 10,000 other shit fucking songs that their friends told them they should like.
yeah.
Like buttons are terrible.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I have Pandora stations that I've been curating for 12 years now. And they've just gotten to the point where they just gave up. They're like, dude, we've given you everything. This is everything you're ever going to like, But
I don't like suggested music like that. I don't like that algorithm.
I'll be honest with you. Pandora turned me on to some actually obscure shit.
Yeah?
I, as Alex told you, love obscure punk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Shit that no one's ever fucking heard of. And this was crystallized to me. Have you guys seen the movie, a documentary, A Band Called Death?
I heard of it.
Which band, which death?
So this is about
Yeah, I know the
a
documentary.
band, late 70s.
The Trio?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Three black dudes from
Yeah.
from Detroit.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Two of them were fucking awesome.
They're
They're
amazing.
fucking
It's